Hello, is it me you're looking for?
Ooh, hey everybody. Hey friendly friends. Hey people that are complete strangers to me. There could be like one or two of you. I don't know how many of you there are that are complete strangers to me. Is it most of you? Is it all of you? Sorry. The teeth thing, man. Biggie! What's up, brother? What's up, brother? Brother. What's up, brother? I'm having, seriously, the Invisalign trays are mucking with me tonight. Mucking with me. I don't like it. I don't want it. And yet, here we are, my friends. Here we are. Good evening. Welcome back to Save vs. Poison. My name's Will, and I am an alcoholic in recovery. These last 3 years and like 4 months, 5 months, something like that. I don't know. It's like 4.5 years, 5.5 years, 7 years, 3 years. It's 3 years and 4 months. Yeah, 3 years and 4 months-ish. And it's been a good road. It hasn't been the smoothest of roads, but like all strange roads, there's a lot to see, a lot of interesting things to enjoy on said road. How loud is that music though? Let's check how loud that music is. Let's bring that music down just a little bit. Doesn't have to be that loud. It's gonna be chill. Tonight's gonna be a chill stream. It's gonna be a real nice chill stream. It's gonna be me, any of you, and then a couple of the, like that guy up there. I mean, so we're not actually gonna do a Marauder. I couldn't find a photograph of what we're actually going to be painting tonight, but that's going to be the basics of the scheme. Is we're going to do a blue with a red, and it's going to be good. It's going to be good. Blue with a little bit of red and some white trim. Blue with red and white trim. It's going to be, you're going to feel very patriotic indeed. Although it's not the United States of America that are getting a mech. It's the Federated Sons. If you know anything about Battletech, which I wouldn't be surprised if nobody does, because I don't, really. I mean, we play a little bit of MechWarrior on the stream. We've played Battletech once on stream. But even I am not particularly clued into the lore. It is deep and vast, my friends. The lore is deep and vast. It's real, real big. It's a little, it's almost Dune-like in how big it is. Not quite in terms of timeline scale, because it's only about 1,000 years of human history that it covers. But it's a lot. It's a lot. There's a lot there. There's a lot there. So, anyways, sobriety. Let's talk about sobriety for a minute. I'm sober. Yay! I really don't have a lot to report. I actually forgot to upload the podcast. We could actually do that right now. We could upload the podcast right now over to anchor.fm. Let's go ahead and do that. Anchor.fm. You guys are going to listen while I put this thing up live on air, and then we're going to move over to enjoying some delightful painting together. Some fun painting. I've got an awesome model that I really want to paint quite a bit. That's going to look, I think, really, really sharp in these colors. At least I hope it is. I hope and I pray that that's the case. Let's take a look. Let's find our, there it is. Found you. You thought you could evade me? No evading me this time, buddy. What are we going to call this episode? We didn't have Steve. We're just going to call it the No Steve episode. We're going to call that good. The No Steve episode. I bet he's going to take that really personally. I bet he is. I bet he's going to be like, you fucking guys with your No Steve episode. And I'm going to be like, yeah, that's how we do, buddy. That's how we do. Let's see. Going down here to SVP podcast. Going to reusables. Go to our editable. Pull that up. Do you have special for camera for the painting? You know I do, brother. You know that I do. Let's see. I don't even remember what we talked about last night. Let's see. Let's bring the man. So the problem with doing this though is that everything gets really cramped on my desk. This is not a big desk. It's a pretty small desk, small area that I'm working in. So like trying to juggle 2 mice, 2 keyboards, all of my painting gear, like it's a lot. It's a lot for this poor human to deal with on a regular basis. So that's it. That's that. The entire episode. Nothing fancy. No bizarre giraffe-licking stories. If you don't know about the giraffe-licking thing, you'll just have to tune into some of the other stuff. Steve wants to lick giraffes. I don't know what that's about. That's weird. That's weird, right? Yeah. It's the entire episode. Nothing fancy. No bizarre giraffe-licking stories. Just Will and Tiki and some sober content mixed with a usual assortment of idiot joke muffins. Delicious. All right, there we go. There we go. We're almost done. We are almost done uploading this episode. You know what I like about the audio file? Real easy to upload. Episode 5, or season 5, episode 20, explicit, because I do like to drop an F-bomb from time to time. We're going to publish that. That's it. We're done. Episode's up. Ta-da! Ta-da! All right. We're going to move our keyboard over onto the ground because we don't need it anymore. I don't have a topic of conversation for tonight. I really don't. I thought that I might, but I don't. So I think I'm just going to get right into painting. Honestly, we're just going to get right into it. We're going to be friendly friends. I'm going to pop myself into the stream. Anybody that wants to join and chat, this is like the perfect night to hop into chat, say how do, say hello, and be like, hey, what's going on? And I'll be like, you know what? Some stuff is going on. And you'll be like, well, I've got some issues. And I'll be like, okay, let's talk about it. And you'll be like, good. And that'll be the conversation. It's a good conversation, right? I think so too. All right. Cheers. Let's show you the setup. If you haven't been here for a painting stream, it's been a while since we did a painting stream. It's been a minute. But this, I'm off friggin'. How am I off? That's so weird. Let's do that. Shrink my head. Look at how big my head isn't anymore. All right, look how big my head is not. We're gonna push that in. There will still be a David Blowie. Okay, we're gonna do a David Blowie here. We'll do it right now. There will be a David Blowie. Hold on. We got to go back to the talking head though. Go back to the talking head. Do that. We'll go to the painting stream. So we'll have our inspiration up top. We'll have my face right here. We'll have a whole bunch of painting goodness right there. Do you recognize this sumbitch? You recognize him? What mech is that? Yeah, I know Biggie knows what mech that is. That's a king crab, everybody. That's a king crab. It's a big, beautiful piece of inner sphere technology. I love the design of this mech. I didn't think that I would. Really love the design of the mech. The mechs are growing on me. Y'all ready? Can you see it? There it is. Zero's down here in the corner with me. Zero's down here in the corner. So yeah, this is gonna be this. It's good. We're gonna have some music playing. We got that, this guy, that thing over there. All done. All right. So first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna make our palette. Over to my right-hand side, bloop, I have a wet palette. This allows me to place acrylic paints, which have a very fast dry time. This allows me to put acrylic paints on to this surface and they will not dry out as quickly. It's awesome. Here we have our station. This is going to be our wipe towel for when our brushes get a little overloaded. We're going to do a little bit of just wiping it off, just wiping it off. It's a very simple paint scheme. Mecha have very simple paint schemes. This is going to be great. I'm going to love it. You're going to love it. Okay. Over to our left, we have our oil paints. You know what we're going to do? We're going to do a mixture of both acrylic and oil paints. Ugh. This is some of my favorite speed paint stuff. I'm not kidding. We're gonna do our basic painting with our acrylics right here. So we have Pro Acryl's Titanium White, Procryl's Blue, and Procryl's Bold Pyrol Red. And then we have from Duncan Rhodes Painting Academy, the 2 thin coats Damon Red, a black and a blue from Viejo Model Color. All of these are high quality premium paints. They're all incredible. The one that I didn't pay for, that I'm ready for a sponsorship anytime you guys are, is the Duncan Rhodes stuff right here. This stuff is a really, really good red. Red is notoriously difficult to paint. Notoriously difficult to paint. So let's do a quick mapping out of exactly what we're going to do with our paints. So we are going to do mostly blue. We're going to do a panel down the center right here that's going to be red. This is going to be a red series of panels. We're going to do a couple of stripes of white in here next to each other as a trim, as an accent, and then the rest of this is going to be blue with the odd gray for some of the more mechanical areas of the model. That's what we're going to do with this guy right here. We have over here, we have our cleaning water and we have our thinning water. Ordinarily, I might use thinning medium, which is a great substance to use. But I think what it does is it allows for our paints to be thinned without needlessly diluting the pigment. So all paints are a pigment suspended in a medium. For oil paints, it's pigments suspended in linseed oil. For acrylics, it's a water-based acrylic, so it's a plastic, it's a polymer that these very, very incredibly fine little teeny bits of pigment are suspended in. The more that we... Sorry, I have a little hair, a little dog hair right there. The more that we dilute, the less coverage we're going to get from our paints. Now that can be used specifically for a whole bunch of things. So let's make our palette. You guys can see it happening right now. We always shake our paints because pigment settles to the bottom. We're going to do a dollop of white. We don't need too much of this because this is going to be an additive color. So a little dollop of white. And because these are twisty dropper bottles, we always go back with a second wipey. Oh, just like when I wake up in the morning and I'm lonely. You're welcome, everybody. You're welcome, America. Look at that dollop. Oh, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good, you guys. I'm excited. I'm excited. So what we're doing first is our acrylics. Our acrylics are fast drying paints, like I said earlier, and that fast drying action is going to give us our base tones. Then we're going to come in over the top with our oils, which are blendable, easily blendable. That's the magic of oil paints, is they will get into the recesses. They will just get all down in there, just all down in there, like me when I'm rooting for truffle between my wife's thighs. Wait, what? What did I say? Did I say something inappropriate? Double check me. Check if I said something inappropriate. That's a slightly more orangish red than our original red color, which is great. We always have black and white because we want to be able to tint and shade. Tint and shade. So here comes our black right on the palette. Bickety bam. It's a nice thick black. Everybody likes that better than a thin black. Unless we're doing things with thin black. Here comes our cerulean blue. This is going to be one of our highlight colors. We're going to do a bunch of fun stuff with our cerulean blue. That's a really thin paint, though. I don't know why that's quite so thin, but that's all right. We don't need much. But as you can see, that's our palette. That's it. That's all we really need for this particular iteration of what we're doing today. So we're going to start off by taking a little bit of water. We're going to place our hand. Let's see. Okay, there's the autofocus. It came into focus. Fantastic. And we're going to take a little bit of our black, not very much, just a little bit. and we're going to make a darker blue tone. We're going to load up our brush, and we're going to start working. And just like that, we're off to the races, everybody. Are you proud of us? I'm proud of us. So yeah, we're here. We got plenty of time tonight. Looking forward to people popping in if they should so choose to do so. To come say hey. And talk to us about anything that's on their minds. Anything that's on your mind. Go ahead and hop on in. Oils are definitely my preferred experimental medium, but I've been using acrylics for so long that I'm very, very comfortable with them. Very comfortable indeed. You know what? I forgot to bring up my glasses. In North of Carolina, smoking a Jamaican stogie after a homemade smoked brisket with little SVP. It's a good night. That is a good night, man. That sounds great. You know, I would love a cigar. I would love a cigar. I wish I could enjoy. You know what I wish I could enjoy right now? A pipe. Because I have some really, really good tobacco. Some really good pipe tobacco. Would love to be able to enjoy some really good pipe tobacco. And some painting. That's what I would like to do. But alas, it's not to be because I'm in my basement. And smoking in the basement is verboten, my friends. Highly verboten. The wife says nay, my friends. The wife says nay. Let's see if we can figure out our... For some reason... Nope, wrong one. There we go. We want that one. Let's see if we can get our camera to focus down here, because it is not currently wanting to. Is that better? Is that going to be better for us? It's a little further away from my eyeballs than I want it to be. And it's doing... See, advanced... autofocus. No, we don't want the autofocus on. We just want our focus to be right there, right on the edge of our desk. There we go. That looks okay, I think. We'll adjust that if we need to, but I don't think we're going to need to. Generally smoke tobacco in dart form. Darts. You have yourself a darty party, huh? John likes how... Not gaming today, Drifter Thrifter. Not gaming today. We're going to do some painting. We're doing some painting, buddy. But that doesn't mean that I don't hope you're well. I hope you're very well, my friend. Hello. Good evening. How are you? I can't hear you. If you just came in, I can't hear you. Hold on just a minute. Somebody popped in. I don't know who popped in. Do I not have things? Let's see. Nope, that's correct. That's correct. All of our settings are correct. Drifter, I can't. There we go. There you are.
I was muted.
Oh, on your side? Okay, okay, good. As long as it's not me, man. Like, I'm still, you know, still trying to get, still trying to figure out a lot of the technology. Not always perfect at it.
I just realized I got my phone right, and I'm packing up orders at the moment.
Yeah.
And I've got the phone, the microphone, right next to my sticky tape.
Oh, nice.
So I just make for a great sound sensation for you, so I'll move it away a little bit.
No, it's perfect. It's gonna be bad, the best ever.
It would have been like thunder and lightning for you.
What are you packing up?
Just eBay orders.
Oh, gotcha. What are you selling on eBay?
Anything and everything.
Anything and everything. So
I do mean that. Like I
couple of
I was in a
kidneys.
video one time, and we're talking about like the weirdest thing you sold and all that, and I won by a landslide
Oh yeah.
because I once sold a bulk lot of colostomy bags.
Nice. You know,
But
people
when I say anything and everything, I truly mean it.
people need stomas, man. They need those bags. I know. I work in the OR. I've done a fair amount of stoma creation.
Yeah. Oh, the big bulk lot of them. I didn't make a lot from it because I thought, well, it's a bit of a bad thing to make profit from. But you know, I think I doubled my money, and the person saved themselves a whole lot of coin because they were quite cheap still.
That's good. I mean, anything medical is going to be spendy, right? Like anything.
Yeah, it's one of those things where you buy them and then you sort of think later, because there are a lot of like, what do they call, like nebulizers, like the things for asthmatics and all that.
Yep.
A lot of that stuff you can't sell on eBay and all that. It's illegal.
Really? That's interesting.
So you got to
I
look
know
up
that.
a lot of things like, can I sell them? But I thought colostomy bags would be alright because they're just a bag.
Yeah, it's just a doo-doo bag, man. Yeah. Just a bag that you poop in.
Yeah, I'm sure whatever they're connected to and all that, that might be something you can't sell. But
So they're usually the hardware comes all with the whole the bag, the wafer that goes on the skin that has kind of it's not antimicrobial, but it is designed to keep feces off the skin, because fecal matter will break down your skin. Little known fact there, friends.
Yeah, someone's just tuned into your channel for the first time and gone, "What have I just stumbled into?"
Yeah. You know, if they do, and that's their reaction while I'm painting miniatures, I'm okay with it. I feel strangely comfortable, to be perfectly honest. We can talk about talk about surgery. We can talk about stomas.
Yeah, just anything. I sort of like to keep most of my stock searching local because it's a lot. Fuel does cost money, so
Yeah. Oh yeah.
we were thrifters because we used to drive around the state and go to thrift stores and things like that in different places and film the town and all that. But yeah, like there's opportunities everywhere. The easiest opportunities are sometimes the best ones.
That's interesting to hear. I would not have assumed that. The easiest opportunities are sometimes the best ones. I would have thought.
Well, I
nothing
could go on
comes
to
easy.
Facebook. I could go on to Facebook Marketplace now and find some 500 video games 3 hours away and potentially make a lot of coin. But that's not the easiest one. I'd rather, like, sometimes every other night I'll scroll through eBay and look for bulk lots myself, because I sell a lot of DVDs and Blu-rays and 4K. So I missed out on one the other day. Someone bid at the last second and I lost it. But mixed lots do not sell very well. So I generally don't like the auctions. I like the buy it nows.
Sure.
And I'll find a lot of 100 decent Blu-rays and I'll just watch it. And because these lots don't sell very quickly, guaranteed you'll get an offer by the morning. So then you work out from there. And I've bought some where I've made heaps of, like, one Blu-ray in there will sell for the whole lot.
That's interesting.
Because it's that. So that's when I'll look through the photos and be like, "Ooh, that one looks interesting." Look it up and be like, "Yep, that's worth it." So, but people don't want the whole lot; they want to just buy what they want.
Right. Well, that's interesting, bud. I don't know. I've done a couple of eBay sales for models that I have. Nothing that I did for profit. I take a loss on almost every single model that I sell. But so often it is kind of that situation where they want, like, a small subsection of the models that I have for sale. They don't want the entire thing. But the cost per model is so good that they're willing to take the excess. I've used that to downsize a whole heck of a lot of my collections, which has been of no inestimable value to my wife not being mad at me for having too much shit in my basement.
I'm sort of at the moment like, well, my wife's up in Brisbane now, at her mother's. Like the only person in the world I would leave her with, apart from me, her mum.
Sure.
So, so people are like, you've abandoned your wife. It's like, it's with her mother.
Yeah, like nobody gonna take care of her quite as good as mom.
So she's up there, and then I'll be going back and forth. But they gave us another 2 weeks between appointments again, which we thought they'd be like weekly now.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, we got another 2 weeks before our next appointment, so I'll probably be up there for that. But I'm on, a moment's notice still.
Yeah, sure.
That reminds me, I got all my clothes in the washing machine, so I wanted to get them out and put them in the dryer because I need to be able to just throw everything into a bag.
Yeah, just in case you gotta go.
Yeah. That's the thing, like we talked about with the doctor. It's like it's one of those things where it can be an hour or it can be 36. There doesn't seem to be any in between.
Yeah.
So odds are, if I get a call of get up here and all that, I'm either going to miss it or I'm going to make it by a long way.
I mean, hospitals are a whole lot of hurry up and wait. There's a lot of that. I've had surgical procedures that have been bumped because somebody else needed the OR time more than whatever it was that I was doing. That's happened before. I've also had to wait to do C-sections, which you wouldn't think would be something that I would have to wait to do, but
yeah,
still happens, Still,
that's
friggin' happens.
You learn it's a few years in life, but when you're in hospital for something minor, but you still need to be there, but something minor, you get it's for a good reason. It's for ads in Australia about that of. Yes, you're sitting there with a nail halfway through your foot, but there's someone there who had 3 heart attacks and...
Well, that has a nail through their head,
So it's annoying. I went there, I was preparing for an event, wasn't thinking, and my mower, it had this thing where if you hit just the wrong part, the wheels would sort of fold in on themselves.
Oh, sure.
So I quickly reached under it while the mower was still going to try and lift it up.
Oh, no.
Cut my finger off.
Yeah. Oh, did you?
And after 7 hours at the hospital, 2 hours away, I had an event to run. I was like, no, I've got to get back home.
Oh,
so I just had to. I've never quite had the feeling back on the top of that finger.
Yeah.
But I was like, I've got to go. I'm sorry. And I wasn't mad. I get that. My little bit of my finger is not that important, but.
Do you have a nationalized healthcare service there in Australia? Or
we have Medicare, yeah.
Yeah, okay. I didn't know if you did.
If you're at a hospital, you don't walk out with a bill,
Gotcha.
That's how civilized countries work.
Okay. That hits below the belt.
we can hurt ourselves, go to hospital, and then not have to file for bankruptcy. It's great.
Oh, filing for bankruptcy just means you get to meet new and interesting people. That's all that means, buddy. Get to meet a bankruptcy lawyer, judge, creditors that you can now flip off because you got free of it. All sorts of wonderful people you can meet.
Oh, the whole, especially medical debt, but the whole debt system in America where they sell your debt to other people to try and collect it and all that. So they buy it for 10 cents on the dollar, and it's terrible industry when you see how it works.
Yeah, loan sharking's not great. Not a fan. Not a fan.
So what else have you been up to?
Oh, not too much, man. I mean, it's kind of just suburban life, keeping sober, keeping busy, not getting a lot of... The reason that I'm painting a model on stream instead of playing a video game is because I have an event coming up for this game that this model is part of, and if I don't do it on stream, I don't know that I'll have the time to do it, to get these guys painted. And I really hate getting to an event without having my stuff painted. I really like showing up with my full model line completely painted. It makes me happy, makes me happy to have painted models. I have a little well, little. I have a big old see, where am I going to put the accent? The red accent down here.
You're
We'll do that down
mid-30s, right?
What's that?
You're like mid-30s?
42, sir.
You're
42.
That's what, like, I think back, this is getting a little bit deep,
Sure.
but I think back to, like, my father, and, like, he had, you know, stamps and coins, and that was about it.
Yeah.
Like, the fact that now us guys in our 40s, and even into 50s, like, my brother's 50, and he collects BMX bikes. But the fact now that we can
Interesting.
this whole, you know, the whole grow old but not grow up. Like, we're allowed to just keep enjoying the things that we enjoyed, and it's a whole different era now. You know, like you see 40-year-old women that collect plush toys and things like that. You know, still collect their Barbie dolls and Care Bears and all that. Like, I think it's such a great time to live in, that we can just be who the F we want to be.
Well,
Collect the things that we couldn't afford back in the day. It's great.
Yeah. Well, as long as you're, you know, being responsible with the rest of your life. Like, I know people that will dedicate themselves to this kind of hobby, and that's their whole life. That's destructive. That's not okay. But I also know adults that dedicate their whole lives to working to the exclusion of things that bring them joy. Things that bring you joy should be a part of your life, even if they're not the major part of your life, right? Like, I love the fact that I have a spouse that allows me the space to be myself, to enjoy the things that I enjoy, and, you know, conversely, I do the exact same thing for her, and I think that that's incredibly important. Like, I don't understand why I should have to, by becoming an adult, completely neglect all of the things that I've loved for years and years and years and continue to love. Like, I love doing this. This little guy right here, I don't know what I'm going to name him. Maybe just Senor Pinchador. That could be it. Listen, this is Senor Pinchador. He is the king crab. He comes onto the battlefield and he is going to pinch you and then blow you up with his giant autocannons. That's what he's going to do. Clip it. So, yeah, I think that as long as you are balanced, as long as you are keeping things that are important, you know, at the forefront of your mind, as far as your responsibilities, I don't think that there's anything wrong with enjoying nerdy hobbies. I don't think there's anything wrong with going to see Marvel movies. Like, it's all, I think all of it is just absolutely fine. You know, when I go to the gym, and I love this, I love the looks on people's faces when I show up and I'm wearing, like, my Captain America workout shirt, which is like this just super tight Captain America armor looking shirt from the movies. I love showing up like that because, one, I'm in pretty decent shape for having just been obese 2.5-3 years ago, and two, it shows off the fact that, yeah, I'm a big gigantic nerd, and Captain America is my favorite comic book character. I think that so many of the lessons that are intrinsic to that character's principled stances are absolutely phenomenal, and I love the storytelling. So yeah, I'm gonna wear nerdy shit. I'm gonna let my nerd flag fly, and I'm gonna, you know, be completely and utterly okay with it. So yeah, your brother collecting BMX bikes, that's awesome. You know, women in their 40s want to collect Barbie dolls and enjoy the collecting aspect of that. I think that's wonderful. Go ahead, get it done. Just, you know, make sure that your laundry's put away. Make sure that your bed's made. Make sure that your bills are paid, you know? Like don't neglect being an adult because you love things from your childhood. Continue to love the things from your childhood that you love while exercising your agency as an adult.
Definitely. That's what I think. Grow old, not up.
Yep. Grow old, not up. Let's see. So we're going to do a stripe of red there with some.
A lot of the YouTube, like video game, there's a lot of video game collectors. They're all in their 40s and they're loving life.
Oh, yeah. I mean, the amount of older video game players that I come across that are like, I've a couple of friends of mine that are in their late 40s that I play video games with here on stream, and I love it. It's a lot of fun. One of my best mates is a guy named Russ. I've talked about him on the podcast. I've talked about him here on the show. He's been on the show a couple times playing Hunt Showdown with me. He is absolutely obsessed with that kind of game, and I love playing that stuff with him. He used to play these miniature games with me as well. Unfortunately, he's kind of lost his taste for it, which makes me a little bit sad, because that was one thing that he and I did a whole heck of a lot of. But you know, I still get to geek out with him from time to time, which I think is awesome. Doing you know, other stuff. He lives in Seattle. I live here in Denver, so it's a little bit of a little bit of distance between. About 2,000 miles worth of distance. 2,000 miles? 1,200 miles. 1,200 miles of distance. Yeah. So, yep. I don't know. Do you have any nerdy hobbies that you enjoy? Like, do you like?
You mean hobbies, or as in like things that you collect?
Hobbies, things you collect, fetish properties that you enjoy. Are you a comic book fan? Are you into like music and records? Like, what do you enjoy doing?
Like Transformers.
What's that?
I collect Transformers.
You collect Transformers? Really? That's awesome. My my co-host from the show would absolutely love to see your collection. I didn't know that.
I haven't
That's
got a
very
great.
cool, man.
Yeah, I've got plenty, but not a horde of them or anything.
Sure.
Yeah.
Man,
I had a few here and there, and then we went to Japan, and we went to a 7-story toy store in Akihabara, and they had a inbox. Oops, that means I made money. That's good. I bought an inbox Optimus Prime.
Oh wow.
So, yeah, that sort of then I realised going back to I think it was when I went to university the second time. So when I was like about 28, I think it was, and they came out with a 20th anniversary Optimus Prime, and this thing was all metal in an awesome looking box and all that.
Oh, it was die cast. Oh, that is so good.
I put it on layaway, and I could not afford it.
Oh,
no matter what I did, make the payments and all that, so I lost it. So when I got back from Japan, we hadn't sort of spent our whole budget. Like, we spent quite a lot of money, but we sort of saved up more than what we needed. So I was like, bugger it. So I went on to eBay, $120 later, done.
Ta-da. Well, good for you, man. That's awesome. Yeah, as long as you're paid, go enjoy. What does the nerd flag look like? Honestly, I think it's just a pastiche of like 50 different nerdy characters. Like, you'd have like Cobra Commander, He-Man, Transformers, Dungeons and Dragons logo, maybe a picture of Gary Gygax, like, you know, Handsome Jack from the Borderlands series. You'd have Sonic the Hedgehog up there. You'd have, you know, I don't remember, Leon. Is that from Leon from Resident Evil 4? Is that the character's name? I'm not 100% sure on that. Like, yeah, just
Optimus Prime.
You definitely have Optimus, and I would actually have Galvatron up there instead of Megatron, because I loved Transformers the movie. The fact that they had Orson Welles play Unicron, God, that was such a I loved it.
Man after my own heart. I love me some Megatron, but Galvatron is just, and I bought the Optimus Prime, but the other one I bought was a complete in-box vintage Galvatron as well.
Nicer.
Works and everything. You put the batteries in, and lights.
That's freaking glorious. That's glorious, dude. I'm not even joking. That's really cool.
A funny story, when we're in Hiroshima, and it was my 30th birthday. No, it might have been 35th birthday. One of them. And so we're walking around, and there was a few different stores and all that. We found another smaller toy store, and it was a special release of Megatron, and it was a decent price and all that. And I ummed and ahed, and I thought, my bags are pretty full. I don't really need it. Plus, we were still in the early parts of putting around and all that.
Right.
Come to find out later, Australian Customs would have seized it even if I bought it.
Really?
So, I luckily dodged a bullet, because he comes in the box looking like a proper. Yeah. So it was one of those things that was like, geez, that was lucky.
Jess, I hate to tell you, Jess, I really don't like Doctor Who. I'm sorry. I don't like Doctor Who. It's such a boring fucking show. So boring.
I think we're the because yeah, like I've got a friend that loves Doctor Who, and I'm like, I'm sorry, I don't get it.
I don't get it. I do not. Yeah, like Farscape, you got me. Star Trek, oh hells yes. Star Wars, 100%. Marvel movies, oh, give them to me in droves. But Doctor Who, like, and this is something my co-host Steve and I battle with constantly. Not a fan. Not a fan. Sorry. Red Dwarf, oh god, yeah, I love me some Red Dwarf. Blackadder, Faulty Towers, Bottom, so many beautiful British shows, but fucking Doctor Who, nah.
I look at it and understand the appeal, but then be like, but it's not for me at all.
Sure.
I don't know.
Sure.
I get that they like the low budgety sort of, camp look of it and all that, but
yeah,
not for me.
Not for me either, buddy.
All power to you.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. If you like it, that's great. Have at. Although I'm pretty sure that Jess is now going to stop being associated with the channel. Jess, you're going to quit me?
Sorry.
I don't blame you. I don't blame you. I blame myself for not having sophisticated enough a palate for shows. I've actually just started watching Farscape for the first time. Dude, you're in for a treat. That show is so good. I love Farscape. Big fan of Farscape.
That sort of stuff, I stop at Star Wars. I don't really get into many of those.
So, Farscape was a Jim Henson studio gig, and it was a lot of fun. It was a really, really good series. I haven't watched it since I was in my very late 20s. Late 20s? No, early 20s. Fuck, man, it's been so friggin' long. Why am I so old? When did that happen? When did we become old?
We were talking about an old show one time on another YouTube chat.
Yeah.
And then I thought, I'll look it up and see if I can find the theme for it. And then I found they had all 3 series of it on YouTube. And I'm like, oh no. It's a quirky show that I think you might be just that 4 or 5 years younger than you might not remember it.
Okay.
But Small Wonder.
Oh yeah, I remember Small Wonder.
With Vicky the Robot.
Yep, I remember Small Wonder.
It's on YouTube. You can watch the whole series on YouTube.
That's funny.
But it's just one of those quirky things that then, like you could have not seen anything about it in 30 years.
Yeah.
Someone plays it, and boom, you can sing the whole thing.
Yep. That's funny.
It's not a very complicated song, but still.
No.
Sing them.
It didn't need to be. It did its job. I don't know. I loved old shows, but I don't know. Maybe that might just come from the fact that I grew up without cable, so all I had was reruns of stuff from the 60s and 70s.
Well, you guys still have it a lot better than us. We had 4 channels in Australia in that generation.
Yeah.
It was slim pickings.
Slim
a lot of Get Smart
pickings.
Popular thing on it.
Shut up, dude. I loved Get Smart. Fucking love that show. Missed it by that much. Loved it.
Every Saturday night, 6:30 would be the Disney movie of the week, and that was something to look forward to.
It's happening. We get to watch a Disney movie. Yeah. I'm there.
There was no DVD.
Movies,
I remember my brother worked, Bondi Beach in Sydney. My brother moved down to there when he was 18 and all that, so I was still at home at 11, 12.
Sure.
And he did a video store. So when he came back, he had 10 videos, actual videos that he owned, and that's whoa, you own.
Are you rich? Yeah.
But younger people don't understand. You did not, unless you taped it from the TV yourself.
Yeah.
If you're really into it, you cut out the ads, you hit pause on the ad.
Oh God, I remember taping movies from. I had a copy of Hunt for Red October that I taped that way. When I think I was 9 or 10 years old. I was like, listen, I like Sean Connery and I like Alec Baldwin. So I'm gonna watch Hunt for Red October. and then work
got
on
a
my Sean Connery impersonation.
You get a hankering to watch it now.
Yeah, sometimes I do. Nice and gentle. We're nice and gentle with the red because we don't want to go over our blue.
That's the one thing I do love about Discord and all that, is that I can be still talking to you,
Yeah.
but then I can go back and watch your YouTube video that you know, see you live, what you're
Oh,
doing.
yeah.
But then if I got the border, I can do that and still keep talking.
Yep.
It's great.
It ain't bad, man. It ain't bad at all. Oh, I'm
Although
liking.
apparently-
I'm liking having the YouTube and the Twitch going at the same time, because I don't have to do very much in the way of editing for putting out a VOD. Like with Twitch, I'd have to download the video, then edit it, and then upload it to YouTube. With this, it's just there. Like I could do with some editing. Like it would be okay to pull it and edit it if I had a little bit more time, but I just don't have that much time.
Edited content takes so much time.
It does, man. Yeah, I mean, you know.
YouTube and
Yeah, you know.
and it's thankfully for me. I think you said it earlier, and I did the same. Like I studied film and television in high school, and I tried to get into university for it. So, and I'm talking the old video cassette reel to reel with a circle and all that.
Yeah.
I would like. I'm doing film and television in high school now, with everyone having like 4K
I know.
video of
I
that.
know. Yeah.
We
Like
had
on
to,
their
like,
friggin'
book-
phones.
We had to book the camera a week in advance to
Yeah.
film parts of our movies that we had to make. Like the idea now that you could have multiple angles, you could special. It would
It's
just be next
fascinating.
level.
It's so fascinating that you had an AV class like that. I didn't have access to an AV class like that at all. The closest
it was
that we
awesome.
got was like a first period sort of thing where we would do like the news of the school, but other than just like trying to learn how to set things up kind of extemporaneously, we didn't have much. So that's kind of interesting that you got access to that. It's kind of cool. Good for you, man.
It's funny you speak of like morning news and all that. I was actually, when I was in the US the first time, so we're talking 2002.
Yeah.
I actually appeared on the local schools like morning television. They did an interview with me,
Oh, really?
and they were going through like all the people prior that they'd interviewed and all that. And I'm like, okay, so you interviewed like, you know, firemen and builders and all that, whereas I'm just a guy from Australia.
Yeah. Well, you know, the novelty of somebody from a foreign country, I think, is something that's not lost on. At least it wasn't when I was a kid. It might be different now. I'm not sure. I don't know. If I met somebody from another country, I think that'd be pretty cool. I'd have a lot of questions.
Well, this is middle Indiana, middle school and all that, so
Middle
Plus,
of
I
Indiana?
like-
Oh, okay.
I talked a lot about my travels to get there. Like I traveled across, the US to get there, so they found a lot of that obviously interesting too.
It's true, John. I do have king crabs. These things right here, these guys, yeah, just crawling around in my chonies, all right? Just going, I pinch. Arr. I pinch.
I think there's a bit of wonder going on that I'm missing.
Yeah. The Twitch chat is goofing. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah. Big Bowler said, let's see. All right. So Jess said, I love Small Wonder, and David Tennant is definitely my favorite doctor. Okay. So David Tennant, I think, is a fantastic actor. I loved him in Jessica Jones. That was really, really good. And he was an unbelievably menacing villain. So big props to him. Taping movies, airing on TV, and recording music from the radio. Yeah, 100%, man. Like, I remember taping Sir Mix-a-Lot's Big Butts. Like waiting for it, like on the radio, and then like standing next to my little stereo and being like, huh, it's going. Oh, and then like being pissed at myself because I fucked up the hitting of the record button, so it didn't get it perfectly in time. So it would be like And you tell me why. And you other bros can't deny. Like, that's where it would start. Like, so freaking frustrating. Hey, what's up, Spartan? How's it going, buddy? How are you?
Well,
We're doing a chill
when
pink stream.
Your friend would buy a cassette that you wanted, so then you'd do the high speed dub.
Yeah. Everyone loves a high-speed dub. Who did something? I heard something happen, and now I gotta look up from my painting to see who did something. Madstar gifted a tier 1 sub to... Aw. John, you sweet, sweet man. That was so nice of you. Let's see. I know that we missed a couple of chats here. Yeah, let's see. Fuck. Where'd it go? Oh, David Tennant, best is Doctor. Yep. Remember Small Wonder. Yep. Love Small Wonder taping. Yep. Christopher Eccleston was my doctor for sure. PTSD doc was incredible, but I'll rewatch David Tennant any day. Gotcha. Oh my god, I totally think Christopher Eccleston did not do enough episodes. Alright, I think I love you, Madstar. I fucking wish Chris did more of the reunion episodes. His character deserved so much more. And then Spartan saying, hey, howdy, trying to get the Discord working. Fascinating. What's wrong? What happened with the Discord, bud? Were you gonna like hop in and say hey? That'd be all right. I'd be okay with you hopping in and saying hello, hey, howdy. John says, love you too, to Jess. And then Bowler, you sweet, sweet man, throwing up your link to the Discord. Thank you so much. And that's our chats for right now. That's all the chats for right this second.
That was a good catch up.
Trying to get it done, man. It's like I actually it's funny. I don't know if I like playing video games more for getting interaction with the community, or if I like the painting streams more. Honestly, I don't get as many people during the painting streams. I don't know what it is. Maybe people don't like watching me paint my crabs. Get it? Crabs? It wasn't that funny. It's okay. You don't have to laugh. They're not. Look. Not all my jokes are 100%ers. Okay.
I'm half concentrating as well, so that's...
I believe in you.
I can't find one thing frustrating, but I've got about 6,000 or 7,000 different things in my shop, so that's just the listed stuff. So it does happen.
That's a lot, dude. I wish. Can't even get it pulled up on my computer. Had to uninstall, reinstall. That's weird. That's bizarre, man. I don't understand. I don't understand that at all. But how are things over in Hell Let Loose Landia? Because I haven't been to Hell Let Loose Landia in a long... It's been a while since I played Hell Let Loose. Like a solid while.
I thought you were talking about some country. What the heck is Hell Let Loose Landia?
No. So I throw Landia on the... I throw Landia at the end of like a million different things, just because I like the way that it's just me being ridiculous and silly. So like you are one of my friends from YouTube Landia, and I have a bunch of friends over in Twitch Landia, and I am a permanent hopeful resident of Sober Landia, and there it is. That's how that works, I think. Maybe.
I was thinking about what's it called? It's that island just off the UK that's trying to be its own country. What's that called? Sealandia.
Sealandia. That sounds very silly. That sounds just absolutely ridiculous.
That's the whole point, I think.
Yeah, that's so funny. I love it.
I'm pretty sure I follow them on Facebook. I'll double check that it's called Sealandia.
You follow Sealandia on Facebook. Ha! That's so good.
Yeah, they make awesome.
They make
what?
Got
like cameras underneath. They got cameras underneath it that sort of show the... It's just called Sealand, sorry.
Oh, okay.
Not Sealandia.
I prefer Sealandia.
Principality. On Facebook, it's called the Principality of Sealand. But he does videos all the time and shows the sharks underneath. Like they got cameras underneath the... because it's an old drilling sort of thing.
Sure.
So it's two pylons that are connected with, and that's where they all live in that.
Huh. And they want to be their own independent nation? I don't think they understand how nation building works.
Yeah. I was talking to someone that apparently at one stage in Northern California and Southern Oregon wanted to be their own state at one stage.
Oh, yeah. Like, there's always, like, rumblings of people wanting to leave the United States because they're pissed off at the other end of the political spectrum. And it's like, none of you understands how this shit works. If you were to decide to actually vote to leave the union, it just wouldn't work.
And they just want to be the 51st. They don't want to be their own country, just a new state. But it's like they got to 50. Like, that's a nice round number. Like, it has to be a real, like, they have to literally take over a whole other country to make it the 51st. Like, they're not just going to pick some random area and be like, let's go to 51 now, because that's such a great round number.
Yeah. Well, and I think the days of like de facto colonization, I think those days are done. I think we've left that behind, and I think happily so, right?
I'm laughing at you and European. They just break into new countries every other week.
Europe is? What are you talking about?
Like in Europe, like they just sort of, like every so often it's like, oh no, we don't, this region doesn't like that region anymore, so we're going to break in the north and south. Like every other year some country does it in Europe.
I'm talking about like actual colonization. Like the British Empire isn't expanding, right?
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? Like the Commonwealth is shrinking.
Oh, controversy.
Well, I mean, is it? Do you think
under King Charles? I don't like to hear that.
I mean, I am totally willing to be told that I'm incorrect, but if it seems like the Commonwealth is either stagnant or shrinking. Nobody is saying, listen, we got the British Navy, it's the greatest navy in the entire universe. We're going out, we're taking Singapore. Ha ha, it's ours now. Like fucking pirate style or something. Yeah, I don't think that happens.
They're saying there's no gains, there's only losses.
Yeah, right? Like I don't know. Maybe that's just me.
Canada. They're doing well. That's a lot of landmass.
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
I'm sure landmass-wise, the Commonwealth's probably still a decent percentage.
I mean, Canada's massive. Australia's mad because you guys are. Wait, are you still part of the Commonwealth? You're not, right?
Yeah.
You are.
Yeah,
Okay. I kind of thought so, but I'm also not like 100% caught up on my world geography, and far be it for me to come off as being literally your American idiot friend who's like, yep, you're 100% still being controlled by the Queen.
Yep. Haven't you seen the Commonwealth Games lately? We're still dominating that.
Good.
We go out there and we win half the medals.
Good. As it should be.
It's amazing when you take out half the good countries how well we dominate. Like, it's awesome.
I don't know. I like bring anybody to. I think you bring any of those countries to the Outback, and then have just have the competition be don't die. And I feel like Australians are gonna do quite well. I think they're gonna do all right. What's that? You have the most things per capita of that will kill a human being. Yep, sounds about right.
I've only got 10 of the 11 deadliest snakes. Like, you make it like it's a big.
Plus, like the deadliest spider. Plus, like. That
I live kind of in the Outback. I can tell you that it's all a bit of built-up stuff. Like, it's not.
Oh, I don't
know whether I could though, but I'd only seen like 2 or 3 snakes in the whole time that I lived here.
Oh, really?
Like,
wow.
Quite a rare occurrence, really. Like, they're not that around often. But then I had a friend who he grew up in Singapore. His wife's Singapore as well, and his kids are obviously very Asian.
Sure.
And they pulled up for the first time to visit us, And they got out of the car, and the snake just went right across in.
They got back in the car and then went back to their island paradise.
Yeah, I swear that's not normal.
No. Sorry, that's just Murray.
That's what I should have done. Murray, get back over here.
Murray, get back. Come here and introduce yourself like a gentle snake.
Mm.
That would have been funny.
But yeah, I built the golf course. I have crawled over every square inch of this property and all that, and I've seen like 4 or 5 snakes tops.
Oh yeah.
There was one where we got a garden up the top that's a bit grown over now. But we're trying to make it look a little bit nicer, like a rock garden.
Oh,
and
nice. Yeah.
I was flipping rocks to build a pile because we got lots of rock piles and rock walls that we built around the place.
Mm-hmm.
And just as I was about to lift one, my wife said, "Just be careful because snakes like to live under rocks like that."
They do.
So I'm like, yeah, right, whatever. As I'm flipping it, there's a red-bellied black snake, which is like in the top 5.
Oh, God.
And they're ferocious ones. Like, rattlesnakes are deadly, but they're also pretty timid. The only problem with them is that they like to hang out in groups, which is scary. Yeah, you step on a rattlesnake nest, that's a bit scary.
But
these guys are
times, yeah.
So I flipped it over, and then, there's this red-bellied black snake. We got, like, the 2 little dogs with us. I was like, get the dogs. Of course, they're like, oh, what are we all doing? Let's go and have a look,
Yeah, that's so funny. My wife's dog got bit by a rattlesnake when she was a little kid, and luckily he survived, but I think the story was my father-in-law saw the snake, chopped its head off because he was like doing something with like woodworking or something. I don't remember what it was, but he chopped its head off, and it still managed to bite their family dog, and luckily the dog didn't die. But yeah, like paw apparently like the size of my arm, which burly baby. Yeah.
That's the thing. Before we moved here, like I had nightmares that every second step I'd be taking, I'd be stepping on a snake. Like that's
Sure.
how people build it up.
Sure.
But yeah, and it's not. They're a constant threat, and like I've lifted up logs, and there's been 10. Like we call them redbacks, but they're similar to your black widow spiders.
Oh yeah.
Which
Okay.
you gotta fear those fellas a lot more than half the snakes. Like they're
Right.
small and terrible. So it is out there, but it's not anywhere. Like you guys, depending on what part of the country you're in, you guys have got like literal grizzly bears
Yep.
that will put you down. We don't have the big predators like that. Like we've got dingoes and all that, but they're just slightly angrier dogs that if you sort of kick
right.
the crap out of them.
And they're not like that. Are they? They're not a big dog, are they? They're like a mid-sized dog. Is that
Yeah, they're a
correct?
mid-sized dog.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like there's not too many accounts of people dying from dingo attacks.
Just the baby.
Just the baby.
Just the baby. We're
Yeah,
gonna
but you
catch
guys have got you guys got the grizzly bears, which are giant, love to like chase people, and then you got the rattlesnakes who like hang out in massive groups together.
grizzly bears, mountain lions, elk,
Oh, mountain.
moose. Moose are fucking mean.
Oh, it's like you talk about dangerous animals and all that, and people never pick at what the most dangerous animal is.
The mosquito.
Oh, that's the most dangerous insect, yeah. That's another good one. The old
Oh, the
hippopotamus.
hippopotamus? Yeah. Hippos are dicks, bro. Clip it.
You catch up with one of those in 3 feet of water, you're gone. You are gone.
Yep. Oh, we got gators in Florida, and yeah, I mean, it's a pretty diverse country as far as topography and ecology.
And now the water in Australia, that's where I'd stay out of, because we've got like the box jellyfish. Those things are crystal clear and tiny in water.
Yep.
So you can just be swimming, minding your own business and all that, feel a little thing, and then 5 minutes later you're dead on the beach. Like those things are scary.
Yeah, they sure can be, man.
And apparently with global warming, with climate change, they're heading further south. So some of our best beaches in the world soon, like you get enough of those propping up, it's gonna be like California. People are gonna have to be swimming in full.
Yep. Holy crap, it's a Mobolts! It's a Mobolts! Oh my god! Do you know how excited that I am to see a Mobolts? Yeah. This is Senor Pinch. Listen. I see you. I pinch. We're doing a king crab in Federated Sun colors. Just like you see above. That's a Marauder up there, but it's the closest thing I could do. Closest thing I could do, my friend. Closest thing. We're gonna do acrylics, and then we're gonna throw oil paints over the acrylics for our highlighting and fine detail work. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. Let's see. Let's catch up on some chats real quick. I'm loving the conversation about the ecology of Australia, though. This is kind of interesting stuff. Let's see. Children's Spartan. No, we did that. They are all right. Just don't use the Car 98 because it has a reload bug at the moment. That is unfortunate because the Car 98 is my favorite rifle. I like the single shot rifles in World War II games. Like, I will almost universally play on the German side of things just because I like their machine gun better, I like their tanks better, and I like the Car 98 better than I like the M1. So yeah. Don't know what it's about. Here's the thing though. Anytime I play on the German side, if I win, yay, I won. But if I lose, yay, I was a German and I died. Yay! There we go. So we'll call it a moral neutral. How's that? Let's see. John says, we just call it different things now. We have 5 major unincorporated territories and 9 minor outlying islands that are all America. I think if we ask them about colonizing, they may have a different option. They might, or a different opinion. Yeah, they might. You might be right there, John. But I don't know that we've done anything. When was the last time that we incorporated a territory into the United States? I have a feeling it was more than 40 years ago. Like, I just don't see that kind of thing happening in the last 20 years. And I don't think that it's going to happen moving into the future without something drastic. You know what I mean? Let's see. John says... No, go ahead.
It's almost like you're saying last time had a good attack. Like, it's been a while. Like,
yeah.
We need to keep our skills sharp.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. You need sharp skills, my friend. Sharp skills.
What small, insignificant country can we attack that no one will know?
Yeah, Hawaii was after Pearl Harbor. It became a state. Yeah, it was sometime in the 50s. I think you're correct there, my friend Mobolt. The king of the lesser medium crab mechs. Yes. Yeah, I don't have a regular crab yet. I'm hoping to get one eventually because I think I love that mech too. I think it's a beautiful mech. I have so many upstairs. But this is definitely my favorite, just like visual model out of the line. I think this one, the Archer. I love the Warhammer and how mecha, like Japanese mecha inspired it is. I love the Phoenix Hawk for the same exact reason. I'm looking forward to eventually getting a Centurion because I think that's a really cool looking mech. I love it. The Locust is so cool looking. Like all the bipedal insect leg style, the reverse knee joints. God, I love those mech. So cool looking. I was gonna say humans are the most dangerous animal in the world, but mosquitoes actually kill almost twice as many humans a year. That's wild. Yeah, 100%, man, 100%. The mechs multiply like rabbits. Yeah, they do. Yeah, they absolutely do. Warhammer and Marauder are the king of the inner sphere designs. I love the war. I do love the Marauder, although that's a Robotech design, and you'll never ever convince me otherwise. That's a Robotech mech. You know that, right? Everybody knows that? Good. It's a fucking Robotech mech. But good stuff either way. I love it. Oh man, I love it.
So we're talking about
what's that, bud?
we're talking about diversity of what I'm selling. So today there's one that was 4 caps.
Yep.
There was mouse traps.
Okay. Wait, you sold mouse traps?
Yeah, I bought a whole bunch of them really cheap. Some kids pacifiers.
Uh-huh.
That's another pacifier.
Fascinating, bud. This is interesting stuff to hear.
Anything and everything, and then a whole bunch of DVDs, video games.
Yeah, yeah. That's so funny.
And there's still 2 more that I've got to hunt down. I'm just not having any luck with.
I believe in you. I believe in you. I believe in you. You'll
Oh, there's
find
one. It's a weird sort of like I've made a pack with a Blu-ray and some movies and all that. So I got no idea where I'll put this.
Uh-huh.
I've got my little assistant snoring next to me in the bed, so he's no help at all.
Okay.
I just heard him.
Wait, is this a human or a canine assistant? I didn't.
A canine.
Cane, that's what I thought. I thought you said that these were your first kids coming up.
Yeah. Now I've got a doggy in the corner. Like he's got his upstairs basket and he's got his downstairs basket.
Sure.
So he's in the corner, not being a whole lot of help.
My dog is with my wife because my wife is my dog's human. Even though
it's your dog?
No. It's he's a family pet. You know, we got him as a rescue about a year and a half ago, and he has been just an absolute dream of an animal. He's just been such a good pet. But he is most definitely an adult bonding dog. So like my 2 sons who are 9 and 14 don't actually get to like enjoy him quite as much as like my wife does, which honestly makes me feel a little sad for them, because like you want your kids to have, you know, really good experiences with the pet, and if you as an adult are getting all of that pet's you know, kind of friendly attention, it almost feels like your kids are being robbed of a specific type of childhood experience, you know?
Now we've got a snappy little white fluffy thing that he hears the girls next door.
Yeah.
And he loves the sound of kids, but he doesn't like being around children.
Oh, got it.
He's looked at a few, so he gets himself in trouble.
Gotcha.
But he hears it's like, oh, I can hear little girls.
I want to be friends. Wait, no, I don't want to be friends. Bite. Nibble.
Oh, you're a bit too grabby. Stop with the grabbies. What's going? Whereas the other one, he's never bit a thing. The guy that's with me, he's never bit anyone in his life, and kids will like pick him up and carry him around and all that. He'll get away and sort of like lie away from them for 5 minutes. Like, I didn't enjoy that, or maybe I did just a little bit. So then he'll like run back and and then get picked up again for another 5 minutes.
I'll tolerate it.
Yeah, I'm in so much pain here, but I'll do it. Oh, you owe me for this, fella.
You owe me, fella. That's funny. I like it when...
Yeah, talking about you, Bobby. Talking about you.
Yep. What's your dog's name?
Tiger.
Tiger, okay. My dog's name is Augie.
His father's name when we bought him was Tiger with an I, and he's the same breed as a dog that I lost that was Tyson with TY. So he's Tiger, but TY Tiger.
Gotcha.
Aren't you? Yeah, you're a good boy. Well, I said that and he rolled over like, you can scratch my belly if I'm a good boy.
Yeah, if I'm a good boy, I want pets. I want the love that was promised, Dad.
You can't be saying all this positive stuff about me and then not get skitches. That's just...
It's highly irregular, highly inappropriate.
I feel like I learned the other day about, like, there's a cheese tax that anytime you're cutting cheese...
I know the
I've
cheese
always
tax.
done it, but I didn't know they call it the cheese tax.
I'm well aware of the cheese tax. My Augie's a 75-pound husky collie mix, and he's a very good boy, but he most definitely expects us to pay the cheese tax. Most definitely. We pay that regularly with that dog.
Well, that's normally my late night snack before I go to bed, is just a nice little slice of cheese and all that, and those two know that. They're like, we're on to you, fella.
Delicious, bud.
Like,
Your dog's like, I want some. Where's mine?
I know exactly what you're doing, Chubby.
You get a snack, I get a snack.
We're in. I don't like days where I can't find two things. This is not fun.
That is not as dark as I want it to be. Let's darken this gray up a little bit. There we go.
Well, it's 12:50 now. I've got to be out of here at the latest at 1:50. So I've got a little bit of time, and I think I'm on to my last two. Wasn't a stellar 2 days of sales, but it was adequate.
Yeah, enough to help pay the bills, huh?
About, if I find the two that are in my hand, I think I get to my 20, which I like. 10 a day is the minimum, but it's still, yeah.
10 sales a day, or
10 sales, yeah.
yeah, gotcha. Well, all I did today, so my my oldest kiddo, unfortunately, might have some patellar tendon damage secondary to a bike fall, which is not great. Not happy about that. Just because it happened to him, not because he did anything wrong. I mean, you know, kids get hurt. That happens. But we had to have an appointment with the physician today. So my day basically was get up, get the kids off school, get to the hospital, or no, sorry, not get to the hospital, get to the gym, do my workout, and then get home, take dog for a walk. And after dog was walked, go get kids.
Are you telling me that these kids can be troubles? I was not alerted to
troublesome.
an issue.
Not troublesome. Just, you know, they fall off shit.
I was told that raising kids was going to be the easiest thing I'd ever do in my life. That's what I've been told. So,
you fool! You've been lied to. You've been lied to. You poor man.
And then people say two at the same time. That's like half the work because one looks after the other.
Yeah, basically.
This is all true, right?
100%. Well, you know,
Okay, well,
if it wasn't twins, I'd be like, you know what? The one does often look out for the other one. But the difference in age between my oldest and my youngest is 5 years. So my 14-year-old, yes, is very capable of taking care of most of the basic needs of his little brother, who is 9. So, but even then, like, not much of a, like, my 9-year-old is pretty self-sufficient around the house anyways. What was the draw to the Federated Sons? I don't know. That's a really good question. They were the only ones that had there's an event that I'm doing in May where I'm gonna go play. One, I haven't done red, white, and blue. I actually have a Retribution army that I did in all green, and I noticed that green is used quite often. It's like green, purple, which I've already got purple, red. I'm doing a squadron of word bearers right now, so that's all red. So I didn't want to paint more red. I haven't painted blue in a while, and I really like this paint scheme quite a bit. Even though I'm going a little bit off book for it, like, you know, it'll still get the image across, but it's not going to be, you know, canon to the above picture necessarily. But I liked that they had a monarchy that was sort of a monarchy with a representative government. I thought was kind of interesting. Yeah, I thought that was kind of cool. I don't know. Plus, for the event, this was the only Federated Sons were the only ones that had the King Crab listed as a mech that you could possibly take. So I was like, I want to play King Crab. I want to play with him. I want to paint him. I want to play with him. So Yeah, that was kind of it too. So, a couple different reasons, I guess. I don't know. I'm looking forward to playing for the first time. I still haven't played either. Alpha Strike or Classic Battletech. Not yet. So the event in May might actually be my very first experience with either. But I assume that you've played it a couple times there, friend William. I assume that. I hope that is not an inappropriate assumption to make. And if it is, you'll tell me. Oh, you'll tell me.
I have found one of my missing items.
Yep. What'd you find?
Oh no, it's like the one that was the weird bundle I put together.
Gotcha. I like it when a man says, "I found my weird bundle."
Yep.
It's a funny thing to be told over Discord.
Well, you could have just accepted the fact that I found something, but you wanted specifics.
Well, you brought it up.
Yeah, you could have just been content.
You brought it up.
Like anytime a man finds something that's been lost, we should all just celebrate that together because we all
all
know
lost
this.
A million things, yeah.
Yeah.
You've never played it. You just like to paint them. Okay. Wow. I was off. I thought you had. The red racing stripe is slick. I think it's gonna be fun. We're gonna do a couple of white stripes inside of it, and then the entire thing's gonna get an oil wash, and then we're gonna do all of the highlighting in oils. So, and you read the books? Yeah, I haven't read the books yet. I need to read the books. Man, this painting this gray is a little tedious. I should break up this gray with some more colors, some other colors.
Oh, that's good. Someone paid and bought for something while I'm down here. Always good.
Let's see. What's the color of our
Oh, that's right. I heard the thing earlier, didn't I? I said that at the time. I said, "Oh, that means I've sold something." But then now I'm looking and I'm like surprised that I sold something. It's like, well, duh.
You said you did, man. You said you did. Told you I believed in you.
There's a couple more dummies, which is good. Pacifiers. All right, pacifiers.
Pacifiers. All right.
I don't want to use the Aussie terms. That just confuses you guys.
I'm a simple American creature. A deeply simple American creature. Do I have that? Yeah, I do. Okay, good. Just making sure that we're symmetrical with our coloration. Oh fuck, I'm not even on screen, am I? Sorry about that. Sorry everybody, wasn't on screen with our paintings. Trying to get that right has been like, it's so, the camera is so small and getting the angle right is so key.
I just remember I've got to send something to someone. I bloody sold them a movie and I had two of it. And I didn't realize that I sent them the one without, you know, how some DVDs come with like cardboard covers over it.
Is it me you're looking for?
Hello?
Yeah, I'm here. Sorry, somebody played a one of my alert sounds.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I sold someone a DVD that it in the picture it had a cardboard cover over it, and I sent them the one without. And generally, 99.9% of the people in the world don't give a stuff about the cardboard cover, but this person apparently
This guy
does.
was
So,
like, "Hey, where's my cardboard cover?" Gotcha.
so I had one, like I was on holidays at the time, and I had a massive argument. Ended up getting negative feedback from it, but I was not stepping back.
Sure.
A guy bought a two DVD set off me, and you know when it's a two, and there's like those 4 little clips that are on the inside of the spine, that hold the drum in place.
Yeah.
One of those had snapped, and he lost it. And I'm like, swap it over with the DVD in your collection that doesn't have 2 discs but still has those. Yeah. Why should I have to do that for? It's like the most insignificant thing is damaged. You could swap it over with one that doesn't use them, and it would be repaired. But he wanted to send him one, even though they cost like 5 cents each.
Yeah.
You know, spend $2 on post. I'm like, no. I'm like, go to your collection. I'm sure you got a single disc one that you can do it for, and he would not back down. And I'm like, no, I'm not doing it, mate.
Yeah. This
is the most ridiculous thing to be arguing about. I'm on holidays. You're complaining about a plastic clip that's broken. Like,
yeah, it's ridiculous, bro.
This guy, I fully understand it. Like, I sent the wrong one. Like, I had it listed in 2 different places. I sent in the one without the cover. I get it. Like, he's got a right to be a little bit. Well, this is in the picture.
That's a little different. Yeah. That's a little bit different.
So this guy was funny too, because he said, "Oh, can you please send me the cover? But if possible, send another envelope with it, and I'll send you back the case that, you know, like send it in with a case in it, so it doesn't get crushed, and then I'll send you the case back." And I'm like, I'm looking at a stack here of about 300 cases. Like, I don't need to spend $3 to get a case back, my guy. I'm good.
Yeah. I'm golden, bro. I'm golden. This feels like an unnecessary transaction.
Yeah, I buy DVD lots, and then I'll put them all into folders, because I buy the folders cheap from the thrift stores. Yeah. So, you know, I'll fill up a folder like 200 movies and sell it for $20-$30, because, you know, it's the dregs. It's the movies that aren't worth selling.
Hello, family. Sorry, my kiddos are coming in to say hello.
Then an incoming Sir Ogbert.
An incoming Sir Ogbert, the dogbert. Hi, Oggy. Hi, Oggy dog. He's a good boy. Hi, Colin. Hi, Brendan. Hi, my children.
He heard that we're talking about doggies.
Hi.
He might have been. Why do you have a toilet around your head?
Because why not?
Why? Why is that there? That's so silly. You goofy boy. My youngest just came in and had a... We just recently had to replace a toilet. And we replaced the toilet seat on the new toilet with a more comfortable toilet seat. And he came in with the new old toilet seat, like around his head. It's just ridiculous looking. So it wasn't dirty or anything. It had never been used.
Cool.
Just him.
I was about to say, like,
super silly. Yeah.
If it's a new one, then it's quirky and funny and all that. If it's the old one, it's like you got to throw out the kid with the toilet lid. Sorry.
Now it's time for you to go take a shower, you typhoid boy.
But it's only been us that have been sitting on it. Yeah, that's the problem.
Yeah, that's the problem. I know what I've been eating, okay? It's disgusting. Boys, please, close my door, all right? I'm live right now, and you are loud. I am live, and you are loud. They're not closing the door. They're not going to close the door. I'm going to have to go close the door myself. Here in just a minute.
They're really good at closing their own bedroom doors. It's an odd phenomenon.
I don't know what that is. It's so funny. Like there are no closed doors in this house. Like almost ever. I can't even poop alone. Like every time I poop, there's a dog, there's 2 cats, and there's my wife trying to talk to me about what her day was like. And I'm like, can I excrete waste in private like a civilized human, or do I have to go out to the woods like an animal?
You gave that up to fella.
Yeah, you've
lost that right. What are you talking about? Delusional.
It's gone forever. Why would you even assume that you had privacy in your own home? Nurgle approved. Yeah, 100%. Billy. That's
I'm so fancy. I want to do a poop in privacy.
Yeah. What is this, the 4 seasons? This ain't the 4 seasons. You don't poop alone. You poop with the community. Yeah, that's funny, Billy. Billy, I started playing MechWarrior Online. Do you know how frustrating it is to know that I was not a fan of MechWarrior Online until after you stopped streaming it. I'm not very good at it, though. I get my butt kicked a lot in my little hunchback and in my big Warhammer with my 2 PPCs. Everyone loves a PPC.
Let's see if I can pack up this new order.
That'd be cool. I locked the bathroom door for that exact reason. I have an alt account with intentional bad mechs. What are you saying about my mechs, man? What are you saying about my mechs? Saying my mechs are bad? That we both have bad mechs together? No, how could they? Intentional bad mechs? That's so funny sounding.
I really do miss out on half the conversation, or probably 90% of the conversation without whatever is that weird thing that you're in.
Twitch? Yeah.
Twitch.
It's just, you know, more live stream friendly YouTube. That's all it is.
Mm-hmm.
Less curated content, more just idiots on the internet trying to attract followers and make money and treat it kind of like a job, but not really. I don't know.
Well, the one time that I tried to sign up for Twitch,
yeah,
it didn't like my phone number. It kept erroring and all that, and I was determined it to accept my phone number, but it would not. So my phone number can be problematic at times. Like I've had pizzas not get I've gone to pick them up and they're like, "Oh, sorry, we thought someone was pulling our leg." They're fully paid for. We thought someone was pulling our legs. It's like, but they've been paid for.
Really? That's interesting.
Yeah.
If I'm new, I don't want to drop with you on your main. No, I figured you've got a few hours into the game. I have the equivalent of minutes in the game, my friend. But yeah, I would love that, man. I would love to be able to get some playtime in. That'd be okay by me. So much gray. It's alright. The gray's gonna pop when we eventually do the oil washing and the highlighting. It's all gonna make sense.
I'm just coming up with an inconspicuous way to say my phone number without my digits, but swapping it for digits that are the same, so then it would make sense of why I have issues.
Don't get doxxed.
So this is completely different numbers, but this is what my phone number is like.
Okay.
0232 222 220.
Okay. That's pretty wackadoo.
So there's only 3 different numbers, and one of them is there's 7 of them in there.
Wow.
So yeah, occasionally, like, if I had the other two at the end.
Did you pay for that?
My father got given it back in the day.
Oh, okay, interesting.
Yeah, so if he would have waited another 10 minutes or so, he might have got the 7 2s in a row.
Right. That's funny.
Which then that would be like people like that. Oh, those sort of, that's like a gold number, isn't it? And all that. I'm like, no. Like there are sites that sell phone numbers and all that. Like it is a done thing.
Yeah.
Mine is a super platinum.
Huh.
They don't exist very often.
yeah. It wasn't just gray. It was it was zenithal primed. That's what it was. All right, Billy, you beast, so cruel to me.
Yeah, one of the things I should be doing this week is gaming while my wife's not here. She actually bought me I'm on the other side, Xbox Live Pass. She bought me one of those, and it's still sitting on the fridge.
Oh yeah. I mean, if you're taking care of business, or if you're too nervous to play games.
It's more like when she's away, I tidy, I clean. I've been listing quite a bit. When I get back from, I'm going to go into town with all this mail very soon.
Yeah.
And when I get back, I'll spend a few hours in the shed putting away all the stuff that I've been listing. Like there's so much stuff not in order or anything at the moment.
Yeah.
I'm trying to come up with hard to explain, but for a week or so, like with I know video stores used to have it, and sometimes libraries and all that. Basically, new arrivals.
Yeah.
So to have a holding area where I can put stuff that I've just So I have one table that I just drop all the bags on, and then if something sells, I know, okay, well, I just listed that this week, so it'll be in the new arrivals. And then, rather than straight away, you put something away, you get all that trouble of finding a location for it, putting the location in the app, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. Sometimes you're better off just putting it into a temporary spot for a week, because a lot of the times, stuff might sell in 2 years or it might sell in 2 days.
Right.
Because it's a new list. So, I'm trying to come up with a good system of having, that new arrivals. Like all these, every time I get these children's dummies in and all that, they sell really well. It's not a funny story, but I actually, so there's a thrift store that they've, like, these are all discontinued baby pacifiers. Like, they changed them slightly.
Sure. But
the mums who love them, they love the old ones. So I went into this local thrift store and they had a box of these to sell at $2 each, which is still a good price. But I just sold 2 of them for $25 each.
Dang.
I asked about, I bought the whole box previously, and could I do that again? And this was a new volunteer, and she must have then picked up that I was a reseller, even though I've kept a lot of these ones because I've got babies coming.
Yeah.
And so she went off on this tirade to me about selling donations for profit, and I shouldn't be doing that and all that. So I walked out of the store. Like, I was a bit annoyed because I've spent thousands at this one store.
Yeah.
Like, at all. Yeah.
Sure.
And so I hadn't been there for a week, and I thought, I'll call back in. The lady manager, who I know very well because I once applied for a job there, she comes straight over to me and she's like, I'm so glad I saw you. Like, I was worried you weren't going to come in anymore. She said, first of all, that girl's not working here again.
Oh.
I deeply apologise. She shouldn't have said any of that. She said, once this leaves the store, we don't care about what you do with it. As long as you're buying stuff, because all the money goes to help people in need, like Prices Wines and things like that.
Sure.
So she's so sorry and all that. I said, I was very annoyed at the time. Like, I get some people don't like what we do and all that, but just the way she approached it was very rude. So then they had a new box and the box I was looking at the week before.
Uh-huh.
So she sold it all to me for $75 for, it would have been like 200 of these pacifiers, and I'm selling for like, $15 a piece.
Wow.
But I explained it to her. I said, because these ones are discontinued, some parents have bought the new ones, hate them. So they're going online looking for the old ones.
Right.
So, yes, I'm making a profit, but at the same time, it's people that are in need that are like, I want these pacifiers because I don't like the new ones. So,
right.
So I'll go in there today and hopefully, she said, no, we keep getting in whole boxes of these. So I'm like, every time I'll buy it.
Yeah. Well, that's all right, man. You got to make you got to make a living. And if you're providing a service,
I went back to the store because I was like, well, I can't, I don't want to alienate the local store. But my other local one, it's sort of upped its prices on a lot of stuff. My local one upped a lot of prices and all that, and I heard a couple of the workers talking about it, and they were like entering in prices, and they were like, are we charging $4 for this now? This is really like, they're annoyed too. It's like, no. Like thrift stores for me are about turnover. They're about getting the money in to do good, and they're about turnover. But the one in the middle store that complained about me wanting to buy the whole box, they literally have a sign on their front door saying they're not currently accepting donations because they got too much stuff. If you got too much stuff, you have a sale. You get rid of stuff. That's
right. You get rid of inventory and make way for something new. Yeah, 100%.
Especially when you're in a business where you get stuff for free.
I mean, you have limited space. If you're trying to help people, you need to be getting rid of old inventory. And the way to do that and still make money is to lower the price on that inventory.
Yeah. Every time if you go to a thrift store once a week, it should be like 50% new stock.
Yeah.
But that's the whole point.
Yep. I would agree.
And that's like, and I will argue it till the day I die too. I don't mind if it's good stuff and it's high prices. Like one time I went into my local one and they had, at the time, that dollar DVDs and video games and all that. They had 57 PlayStation 2 games. Like someone had bought in a whole box of them.
Yeah.
And I'm talking, some of these I sold individually for like $120. Like they weren't sports games, they were actual good games. And so I said, I'll grab the lot. And they said, "Oh, that's good. We'll do you a deal for $50 for all of them and all that." I'm like, "Okay, thank you." So that makes up for the times that you don't get a deal. But at the same
Sure.
time, if they were all listed at $5 each, I probably still would have bought half of them.
Yeah.
So I don't mind when stuff's priced high, because you go to thrift stores where everything's $1. They never have good stuff because people just grab whatever.
Yeah.
So I don't mind prices being fair and high as long as they're justified.
Right.
Because odds are the thing's going to be there when you come along.
I gotcha.
So I've never complained about high prices, but yeah, when like at the moment, my local one, the DVD sections look the same for the last 2 weeks since they moved it up to $2.
Yeah.
It's like 95% of them aren't worth $2. Like,
Yeah. I
So
mean,
now
it's
there's no
DVD.
turnovers.
So many people are moving to digital downloads for the stuff anyways. It's like, that might not be the move, y'all. That might not be the move.
as a person that sells DVDs on eBay and all that, I can tell you that yes, there's a good number of people that do that, but there's also a lot of people that still like the thing in their hand.
Sure, but you're also selecting for a larger potential client base by doing eBay. Like, your local thrift store is local. There's a reason that those things aren't selling at the rate that they would on something like eBay. I mean, that is kind of one of the catch-22s of the online marketplace, or not catch-22s, but one of the sort of downfalls of the online marketplace is it potentially captures such a larger customer base that the local vendor just cannot compete with. Although
Sure.
I think thrift stores for the most part are still pretty popular. I think people like going to thrift stores. I think that there's a moral value in not only donating but also purchasing from thrift stores, because most thrift stores are aligned with some form of charity.
Definitely, and that's that they need to sell the stuff because what they need is money.
Yeah.
They need to be paying employees to man suicide lines.
Yep.
You know, they need to be buying, good quality blankets and food and all that for the homeless. Like that's what Yes, there is some stuff that they keep and donate for people in need.
Yep.
But for the most part, yeah, they need money.
Yep. They need
That's
money.
what thrift stores exist. Money.
All right, there you go, Mobolts. I painted some more blue stuff. More blue stuff. Less gray stuff, more blue stuff. Now blue, now blue.
Being on YouTube, I've heard plenty of horror stories of people getting confronted in stores and all that about you're buying this to resell and all that, and it's like, yeah.
Yeah, what's it to you, man? Like,
I've had others, like there was one in the biggest city that we go to every couple of weeks,
mm-hmm.
and they had the DVDs were $1 each and all that. So I picked out a decent stack of like 40 or 50, and he's like, "Come out the back." So he let me out the back, and there's like another 500 there.
Oh God!
So he knew exactly what I was buying them for.
Yep.
But he's like, "Here's a chance to get rid of stock."
Yeah.
So some act like you're trying to take money off them, and others
for money. Yeah, not like giving it away for free, selling. He was selling.
Yeah, I'm still willing to pay 100% of the price.
Yeah.
I'm not asking for a deal. Pawn shops you do, because they're filthy little beggars that pay next to nothing for things.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Like we're going to buy some baby monitors, and this one pawn shop had 4 different ones that were sort of weighing up buying, and they had them for a half decent price.
Yeah.
I went through them last night. One of them was like a big pack. It had sensors and things like that. And then I got into the camera / monitor side of it.
Mm-hmm.
The monitor's just not in the box.
Oh, it just wasn't there?
$100, and literally the baby monitor of the baby monitor is not in there. So I looked it up, and like one side of it was brand new. So if I can sell that on eBay, that'll make me the money, and then I can sell the camera as used and make a little bit rather than taking it back, because there's another thing I've got to take back to the same one. So I don't want to be that guy with like 3 things.
Right.
But how do they not check their stock and realize that, the monitor part of the baby monitor?
You're
Oh, no, it
welcome,
had, like,
Billy. You're welcome,
Oh,
buddy.
it had the chords and all that little screen.
Yeah. I lick my my paintbrush. Okay. All right. This my cleaning water. Yeah, it's basically backwash. Just for you guys. Just for you guys. All right. You know what? It's time to switch to a slightly more detail-oriented brush. Because we're getting to the nitty-gritty. Well, at least a little bit. We're getting to the nitty-gritty. Make it more gray. More gray.
Gray is good.
Gray's all right. It's okay. We're gonna give our gray some depth eventually. We're gonna give it some depth with our oils once we move into the oil paints. I love painting with oils though. It's one of my favorite mediums to paint with. Because it just makes the blending so freaking effortless. I don't know if you've had effortless blending in your life, my friend. But it's awesome. Everything looks a little bit rough right now. That's to be expected. That's what base coating is for. Making things look a little bit rough.
Wow, no one else has been in the YouTube except for me.
Yeah, it's basically just been you. I'm not surprised. I don't get a lot of traffic over on YouTube for some reason. I don't know why. Maybe it's just because the algorithm. Maybe it's, you know, nobody wanted to go over there. But for the most part, everybody that interacts with me is over on Twitch. Yeah, not 100% sure. We have, you know, YouTube is kind of interesting. Nothing like my channel's not really growing over on YouTube. Of course, my channel's not really growing on Twitch either. But I thought that based on the amount of content that I was putting out over on YouTube, we would be seeing slight more growth, but that hasn't happened. I mean, I'm not complaining. It is what it is. It exists. You know, if anybody's over on YouTube and wants to throw a like at this VOD or at the videos, any of the prepared stuff that we've done, that'd be great. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Don't forget to do the things.
There's a guy I know that he's an English teacher in Japan.
Yeah.
And he does YouTube and TikTok and all that.
Mm-hmm.
He's literally got the exact opposite problem to you.
Oh,
He's
really?
got the subs. He's got like I think it's up to 5,000 odd subscribers now.
Oh, wow. Wow.
But he only does shorts and small videos and stopped doing the lives and all that. So now he's only at like 8% of his minutes. So he's a mile away from monetization too, because he's not getting the minutes. Whereas for you, you'd be getting the minutes from, you know, the views and all that, people watching live, which is not too much on YouTube. It still would be a little bit. But then it's the subs that are, yeah.
Yeah. I'm like I said, I'm not complaining. It'll grow or it won't grow. Honestly, the growth of my channel has very little to do with whether I will continue to put out content, since the content is one of my measures of sobriety. It isn't. I'm not doing the content for the content's sake. What's that?
It's the stuff you're doing. You're not going out of your way to create the content. It's just what you wanted to do. So you're just live doing it. Like a lot of the crafting channels and knitting and all that. It's just a way for them to talk to each other and talk to other people that, you know, enjoy similar things, but they don't stop what they're doing. They just happen to be filming it. Whereas other people, like go out of their way to, you know, be doing stuff that's distracting them from life. Then that's when it's a problem. If you're, you know, on 5-hour stream, you're just sitting there chatting.
Well, if I had like sobriety stuff or people to talk to that wanted to spend time doing nothing but talking about sobriety stuff, we could totally do that. We can do a talking head 6-hour stream as long as I've got people filtering in to chat. I'm more than happy to do that kind of thing. The whole point is to be a potential resource for other people in their sobriety, as well as to serve my own sobriety. So I'm more than happy to do that. It just so happens that for the most part, the people that are in my community that are sober, we don't always have, 5 or 6 hours worth of stuff to talk about. Although I've had some conversations off stream with a few of the members of the community that have been great, and they've lasted for a couple of hours. So yeah, you never know. You never know.
The first time I tuned in was when you were having that really, really good conversation with that guy a couple of weeks back. That was a really
yeah,
in-depth
Luminos.
one.
Yeah. That was a good one. That was a good conversation. I don't know what happened to that guy. Don't know where he's been. He hasn't been back
So I
since.
thought, well, it's a pretty good vibe to this channel and all that. The next thing I know, you're just gaming.
Yep. Yep.
That was the odd thing that I tuned in for. That's not the normal thing. That was the unique.
Yep. It was the unique thing. More gray.
And it's something you really got to be passionate about to enjoy it, because it looks bloody tedious as heck from what I'm.
Yeah. No, I like the finished product. I like it's sort of a Zen thing. You like sobriety chats? Yeah, I do too. YouTube prioritizes shorts and will tend to push those harder. So posting things like that impression you said to clip earlier could help get some views. Yeah. That I mean, totally good. So these these models, because they're sort of uniform, there's not a ton of variety to painting one of these. Although there can be if you're creative enough. But this is the first mech that I'm doing, so I'm not going super.
It's a good thing. That's a bit like, it reminds me of like disc golf, that like there's uniformity in everything, but then people can have like crazy dyed discs.
Yeah.
So someone will pull out the most craziest looking one, or something that's on theme, and all that. So it's like with this, that it's a hobby that's has its stringent rules and all that, but then within that you can have your own. You can do all these like things you want to do.
Well, especially for this game in particular, like, so there are factions within the game that you can paint in those motifs, but there's also a system of mercenary companies that you can just make up your own shit, which is kind of great, I think.
I think that's why kids love the Minecraft so much, because it's just that less stringent rules within it, that you can be whatever you want, build whatever you want.
Well,
so all these games, try to put them into a box, and they're like, all of a sudden there's this game that's like, you can do whatever.
Well, what's Minecraft? What is it?
Building.
It's Legos. It's just Legos on your computer or on your Xbox or on your PlayStation. It's video game Legos. It does Legos better than Legos does Legos. Like, my kids love Minecraft to this day.
I hate how much you just ruined my brain.
You're welcome. I don't know why your brain is ruined. That's not a ruination of brain.
No, not in that sense. Just the simple fact that you just opened my mind to that fact.
Spartan, I'm happy to, man. Happy to. You're welcome. Now go forth into the world and spread the gospel of
it's Minecraft.
Legos.
No,
Minecraft is on the computer. You need that meme of the guy with all the sparks going out of his head.
Yeah, for sure, definitely.
What's going on, Spartan? How are you, man?
I'm doing well. How about you?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Having a great night. Just enjoying some relaxed, chill music, some relaxed, chill conversation. Got somebody to talk to. Got models in front of me. Got paints going. Got Mr. Mobolts from Mobolts Arcade chilling in the chat. Gotta love it, man. Gotta love it. Freaking having a
Can't go
great
wrong.
night. Having a great night. What have you been up to, sir?
A little bit of this, a little bit of that.
Yeah? You've been doing cocaine again, haven't you? Boy, we told you,
yeah.
stay off that nose candy.
Look, man, just can't help it.
Just can't help it. It tastes so good when it hits my lips.
Hey, but no drinking. Like, I haven't been drinking.
Yeah, no drinking. No drinking. We don't drink no more. No, seriously. Have you been playing in the competitive nights?
Actually, you've been away for a little bit, and
Yeah, I have.
you did poke up in the chat, the Discord, a little while ago. So most of the armor guys, with the exception of Dues,
Uh-huh.
has pretty much stepped down from competitive.
Oh, really? Okay.
And they did this huge merge with OP,
Okay.
and so yeah, if you want to continue doing comp stuff, most likely switch over to OP more or less.
Gotcha. Okay. That's interesting. I'm not going anywhere. The problem is I game cyclically. Like, I will go months and months and months without touching a specific game, and then I will remember how much I cared about that game, like, 3 months ago. I'll re-download it, and then I will play nothing else for like 6 weeks. And then I'll get to a point where I'm like, okay, now I've had my fill, and then I forget about it. That's literally where I'm at right now with Hell Let Loose, is I'm just in a down period in playing it. I'm in an up period playing Hunt Showdown right now. I'm really enjoying it. The gameplay is good. I've been playing well. I had my first 5-kill night, which is pretty unheard of for me. Like, I am normally a get 2 kills a night kind of guy, and I had a game where I got 5 kills, which is just, it was bonkers. It was great. I had a great time, and they weren't like shitty kills either. They were all, me being at my most Jason Bourne like. So I was pretty pleased about that. Yeah, really loving that. I just re-downloaded Warframe, so I'm probably gonna dive back into that game again for no good reason other than like the stripper said to the man wearing the sweatpants, I love the grind. I love the grind. No strippers ever said that. They hate that shit. At least I think they do. I don't know. The one stripper I know hated it. I just hate
I knew a stripper who was 50 years old. Best dancer you could ever see. Like, she had all the moves, all the talent, and all that.
Sure.
But that's when people stop wanting to look at strippers, unfortunately. So it's one of those things where when your talent peaks is when your desirability start. Like, and there's plenty of women that are over 50 that are attractive. I'm near 50 myself.
Yeah.
So I'm not saying I'm attractive, but she rocks up to an 18-year-old's birthday party.
I love that you were like, listen, I'm not saying that I'm an attractive man, but I'm 50 and I'm an attractive woman. That would have been funny.
Mm. But yeah, like, she turns up at an 18-year-old's birthday party. It's like, Grandma,
Can you put in your going out teeth there, Granny?
Yeah. It's one of those things that's just, like, dance-wise and all that. It's like, holy jeez, this woman's got moves and she's still got a very, good body and all that. But it's like, it's
sure.
But maybe hit up the nursing home market a bit more.
Is there a market for that at the nursing home? I'm not sure that there is.
Oh, I don't think it'd be a massive market.
Wait. Business idea. Let's do it.
Oh God.
But that's the problem too, that even if you're 40, 50, 60 or 70, I'm sorry, but you still want to look at 21-year-old girls doing it.
How dare you, sir? That is ageist and absolutely correct.
You'll take what you can get, but if you have a choice between two, you're going to be like, yeah, I'll go the one that gravity hasn't killed.
Yeah.
Think of the 401ks we could drain. 100%, Billy.
Oh my.
Man, Twitch chat is good tonight. Thank you, Billy.
I'm just catching up on the NBA results, and the Bucks killed the Heat without Giannis.
See,
They all stepped.
that was the conversation that I didn't understand.
Well, for anyone who cares, the Milwaukee Bucks dispatched of the Miami Heat without their star player.
Because if it's not hockey, I don't care about the sport.
I was looking at the box score, and our Aussie guy, he actually did quite well. So
You have an Australian playing in the National
there's quite a
Basketball
few.
Association?
There's quite a few.
Yeah, I didn't know that. That's interesting. I didn't know that. Is basketball a popular sport in AU?
Oh, I wouldn't say top 5, but it wouldn't be out of the top 10.
Like, I would have thought, like, Aussie rules footy.
Participation-wise, it's probably top 5.
Okay, interesting. I mean, it's not a difficult sport to get into. It's pretty inexpensive.
You know, I went back and played a season when I was in my 40s, and that was eye-opening.
Oh yeah, just from a.
I wish I was a little. My team played well, and I was a cog in that team. Like, we actually, like in our small town, there was like the actual fancy basketball team that travels around the state and plays. And then there was us, the ragtag bunch, and we actually knocked them out in the semi-finals.
Huh.
But then we got destroyed by the neighbouring towns. But we tried. But yeah, like, it was meant to be, you know, the big our town versus the next town. That was meant to be the big final and all that. And we were the ruffians that ruined that.
You ruined it. You ruined it. You beast. You.
It was funny. They had
a
they had a dominant centre, but he's one. He actually plays a different sport called netball more. Like, he actually plays for the Australian team. Like, he's, you know, not very athletic, but you plonk him under a basket. He's like 6'6", and I'll probably even more than that. He's like a linebacker, like very solid and all that. So as soon as he got the ball under two, there was no chance for anyone.
Yeah.
So we had our centre. We let him roam, and there was me and another guy that were like the PE teacher at the local school that were both in our 40s. And we sort of came up with this game plan that whatever side of the key he was on, we would push him out of the key. So he'd go to the other side. The other guy would do the same. And that just frustrated this guy because he couldn't shoot outside the key. He had no chance.
Yeah.
So we just kept elbowing him and shoving him, and like when he didn't have the ball, keeping him out of the key. So he'd always get the ball, and he would be a meter out and miss the shot. And that was our game plan, and it worked because normally every other team, he was the tallest in the competition by like 2 inches.
Yeah.
And that saved our centre, so he could actually, you know, block and guard people more on the 3-point line, and then he was available then for the fast breaks, and he had a bit more energy because we were taking the load and you know taking the big guy out.
Gotta love a guy that takes a load.
Mm.
I gotta look for these moments, man. I gotta look for these clippable moments.
But you like it when a plan comes together, when you actually, you know, well, let's try this. Let's try and, you know, just he can't shoot more than 3 feet, so let's just keep. And he was like bright red mad. Like, he figured out what we were doing, and then it was like, oh, he couldn't combat it, like, because that was our primary goal, was we're both going to just, you know, because basically the rest of the defense was 3-4. We had one game early in the season. It was hilarious because we got drawn the early game, and all of the kids, they hadn't got out of high school yet, and that was half our team was the high school kids.
The high school kids. That's funny.
So we had the school teacher, the PE teacher, and me, and they said, "Oh, the kids are coming, so it's not like we're going to finish the game illegally. We're going to have more than 5 players by the end."
Yeah.
So we played 3-5 for the first half, and I think we were up like 30-10. There's only 3. And it was like, oh, this is just, you know, we're not the best or anything, but yeah, we were just that skilled enough, and, you know, like, had been playing long enough and all that we could sort of, you know, it worked in our favour.
You did him dirty, Drifter.
The kids got there thinking, oh no, here we go. How far are we going to be? What the? How are they? And then, of course, 5 of them arrived, and all 3 of us are like, yeah, time out.
Time. Yeah.
All 5 of you are going in. We're done.
Yeah,
you guys finish.
We need Ben Gay. We need ointment. That's what we need. Ointment.
Mm.
Let's see. Comparing sides. What
Well, I
a
remember in
weird
the
feeling.
semi-final, towards the end of the game, like we were already like beating this team that we weren't meant to beat,
Right.
and the captain of that team was a little like I got along with him well enough, but he was a little bit jerky on the court.
Okay.
And I got the ball on the 3-point line, and he's like, "Yeah, don't worry, take someone else." So the defense guy dropped back to guard someone in the key and all that. So that was the only 3-pointer I hit all season, but God, it felt good.
Yeah. That's a nice. That's
Like,
a
how
nice.
dare you disrespect me like that?
That's a nice feeling, isn't it? I don't know. I played
Mm.
hockey for a little while and I loved it. I miss playing hockey. I should go back and play again.
But if I was in a like all people my age, and I could get a little bit fitter, then I'd stand half a chance. But yeah, running around after 18-year-olds, 17-year-olds, it's like, yeah, this is
Wow.
this is not fun.
Far be it
in the
from
final.
me to say that you could get more fit.
Yeah, I need
If you
to.
wanted
That was before I started the basketballs. Actually, was a fit a few years before that. So I wished I'd sort of, when I was in better shape, is when I should have got into it.
Yeah.
But it sort of I got into it a little bit too late, unfortunately.
Gotcha.
But I know it can never be too late.
Nope, it's never too late, man. I got into the best shape of my life in my 40s. Like, I don't know. I don't know if you've seen any of the selfies on the Discord channel, but I have come a long damn way from being a 280-pound chunker to now being in a bulk 200-pound. I don't know. I hesitate to say fairly muscular dude, but fairly muscular dude. I don't know how. Like, I don't mean to toot my own horn. I don't mean to suck my own, schwanz. But yeah, I've put on a lot of muscle in the last year and a half, and I did it all after having lost about 100 pounds. So yeah, Will. I did get fit. Thank you, Billy. So yeah, Billy knew me before I got fit. Yeah.
My 30s was good. I actually had lap band surgery, and that worked well, and I lost a whole lot of weight, and I was fit and healthy and hiking and all that.
Mhm.
So I thought around my 40s, I've done pretty well, so I'll get my lap band loosened a little bit so, I could actually slightly enjoy food. And then since then it malfunctioned, and I can't do anything with it. Now, yeah, it's not fun, and
yeah.
pop back. But obviously now I'm working on it day by day to get fitter and healthier, because I need to reach 90, because I've got 2 kids coming
You
at
got
46.
2 kids coming.
So,
Yep.
so I don't want to be that, the guy in the photo. I want to be, dad for as long as I can.
Yep. That was a primary reason for me to get fit. Big, gigantic primary reason for me to get fit was I have 2 sons, and the idea that either one of them would go down the same fraught with peril health path that I did, and that I could be a reason why they would think that it was okay to do that, actually hurt. That was painful. So yeah, a big part of it is the aesthetics. Like I take my shirt off and I don't hate what I look like anymore. I used to hate what I looked like. That is not the case anymore. So there is the aesthetics. I have a beautiful, wonderful wife who I love and want to be around for, and I want her to be physically attracted to me. And while I think that it's important that when you marry somebody, you do marry them in sickness and health, there are things that I can do to ensure my health that also have the positive side benefit of being the type of physique that my wife enjoys most. And when I first met her, I was 240 pounds. So I was not a small man when we first started dating.
No, my wife and I have been very, very different sizes throughout our 15 years. Like this, we've been up and down together.
Yep.
We both had different stomach surgeries. So then, then mine failed, and then hers was a success. And of course, now that she's pregnant, she looks like a linebacker again. And
Sure. I mean, that's
but now
that's
we wanna
different
be-
though. That's planned for.
Yeah, we want to be those types of parents that strap one to us each and go for walks every afternoon and just try and be fit and healthy and get healthy together and stay healthy together, but not it be a focus in life, but just because that's what you do.
Sure. I got you. I'm there.
Well,
I'm there.
I'm going to get out of here because I got to get ready and get into town.
All right, bro. Well, hey, I appreciate the hell out of you coming in and chatting with me for as long as you did.
No, it's all good. And see you, other person. Are they still here?
Yeah.
Spartan, yeah, he's still here. He just
He's
just a church mouse, baby. He's got that quiet confidence of a Spartan warrior.
So I look in the stream here. I can see both of your pictures. Do you see the other person in mine, or I don't know if my picture's even there? I don't have a picture. That probably might be why.
In the stream?
In the what's it called?
The Discord server, you mean?
Discord, yeah.
Did you put in selfies?
Maybe because I don't have a profile picture, it doesn't like me.
Yeah, his profile picture. That's what he's saying.
Oh,
yeah.
Let's see.
It just has the generic Discord.
Oh, yeah, it does. Yeah. Just the generic red Discord thing. I don't know. We have a channel for selfies that we throw. We'll throw pictures of ourselves up. Like, got a picture of Mossfrog92 in there. She's a cutie. She's got a real pretty face, really pretty eyes. There's John with the dog at the firehouse. That's a handsome man. There's me on a bench looking like I'm taking selfies and scaring away the octogenarians. There's me.
Attracting data.
Yeah, yep. Yeah, I got a couple pictures in there. And then there's Lethel. We got my buddy Justin Inman, who's not only the guy that plumbed the entirety of my basement, but is also a big, gigantic hockey fan and a really awesome guy as well. More Lethel. There's some Tweezes. More John. A little bit of Jesse. More Lethel.
There we
yeah,
go.
so, that picture of...
I got an avatar. Does it show up now? Let's have a look.
Let's see. Where are you?
Yes, it does.
Yeah, there it is. Nice. That's pretty funny.
It's a plush version of Sheamus, the WWE wrestler.
Yeah.
Looking through my scroll, and I scrolled through, and I'm like, I've got the same on YouTube. But ironically, it was like I sold one. I had it in my collection for years, and I sold it about a month ago. And then I went to a thrift store and found the exact same one.
That's pretty
So on
It's a
YouTube
sign.
and on YouTube and Discord, I have the exact same picture.
Yeah.
But it's two different toys.
Gotcha.
I like that irony. Oh, I'm out of here anyway.
All right, Bob. It's great to chat with you. Thanks so much.
Okay, see yous.
Take care of
See
yourself,
ya.
bud. Oh, alone at last with Spartan.
Oh, gosh.
Why would you say, oh God? Why would you go there? You make it sound like I'm a predator.
Well, I don't know, are you?
No.
No, I'm
No,
not.
I don't have time to be a predator, man. I'm a family man.
This is true.
Nobody's got time for predation. So what are you doing right now? What are you playing something? You chilling? You just trying to make Discord work?
Well,
Sounds like you got it going.
so, I was about to say, so far so good. I
So far, so good.
finally got it to uninstall and reinstall.
Nice.
This is kind of a trial run because by the time I got everything back up and running, everybody had already left.
Gotcha.
So
So are you
I'm
over on the
waiting.
server?
No, I was actually over on Oni's server,
Oh,
his
okay.
Discord.
Oh, okay, cool. I didn't know you had a Discord.
Yeah, you did. You're in it.
I'm in. Oh, that's right. Just recently.
Yeah, the OSS.
Yeah. Just recently. The Office of Secret Services or something. Oni's Super Suckers. I'm just making up noises now. None of this is real. It's kind of like what do you call it? Whose line is it anyways? Everything I say is made up, and the points are made up too, and nobody cares. So yeah, you playing
It's
anything
all
right
for
now?
fun.
Yeah, you enjoying any video games?
No, currently I'm debating what I want to play.
You're debating what you want to play.
Yes,
I
currently debating.
suggest MechWarrior Online. But that's because I'm on a MechWarrior kick right now.
Oh.
So don't listen to me. I'm biased.
Ah.
Oh shit! You're just seeing the underside of a shot glass right now. That's not sexy. That's not what we want.
I thought you were trying to describe something inside the glass. I was like, oh, cool. What are we
No,
looking at?
look what's in there, you guys. No. So these I use these as model holders now. But I have like 12 of them upstairs. Each one of them came with a bottle of whiskey. And I think I purchased and drank all of that whiskey in like a 6-month period. So like 12 bottles in 6 months of just that whiskey. Like there were more whiskeys. More and different whiskeys. I used to love whiskey. Oh.
Let's not go back there then.
Nope. I'm good, man. I'm good. Things are holding tight in Soberlandia.
Well, that's
holding
good.
tight. So what's been up, man? Tell me a story. Give it your all.
Part of the reason I'm crying is I don't really have many stories.
Okay. Cheers. Let's come up with a story for you then. There once was a man named Spartan who'd eat beans and then go off. Never mind.
I'm not a big fan of beans.
Me neither.
Believe it or not.
I'm not either. I like them in my chili. I like a red bean or maybe a black bean in my chili. But other than that, no más frijoles para mí. Gracias.
Pretty much.
So you're debating what you're gonna play. What do you have
Honestly,
available? What's a possibility? I guess would be the question. What's a possibility for you playing?
Alright, well, currently I'm going to load up Hell Let Loose and probably fly around an admin camp for a little bit.
That'll work. Let's see. I mean, Will could be a predator. If you kill what the predator hunting pack is after, they tend to induct you into the tribe. Killing a xenomorph tends to do... Oh, Jesus, my chair just broke. I killed my chair. There we go. Okay, we're good. Thank you, Amazon, for your $60 chair. It is not ergonomic, and I think it's nearing the end of its lifespan. Seriously, like the top of it will pop off for no reason. I think I've been like sitting forward enough that my ass has been lifting it slowly off the back. Yeah, not cool. Not cool, friends. I'm unhappy with it. Unhappy with it. All right.
How much does it cost you, though? That's the real question.
$60. Cost me $60. Yeah.
I'd say you probably get your money's worth.
Oh yeah, no, definitely. I mean, I think I've had it for about 2 years now. I've had it for as long as I've been doing the podcast, and this was the chair that I bought when I was like, all right, so I spent $200 on the microphone. I spent like $50 on the audio interface. I spent like whatever an M1 Mac costs. I bought that. How much do I have left in the budget for a chair? $7. Shit. That's not a lot of dollars, you guys.
No.
Not a lot of dollars at all. All right, I think we're gonna do these. We're gonna do these antenna in a black, but we're gonna do a slight blue in the black because we want a more chromatic black. We don't want it to be just flat.
I know nothing about painting, so I could tell you.
Oh, painting's awesome. It's fun. It's frustrating because sometimes the vision that you have in your head and what turns up on the model are not exactly the same thing. But it can be a very very zen-like experience, and that's when I think it's at its best.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Like, I really enjoyed... So, have you played Darkest Dungeon?
No.
Have you heard of it?
No.
Okay, so Darkest Dungeon is a brutally difficult dungeon crawling game where you manage a village of dungeon delving adventurers.
Oh.
And these dungeon delving adventurers are basically completely disposable. And one of the things that is kind of frustrating about the game is if you don't go into it understanding that, you will get severely frustrated and triggered at the game because you'll start losing characters left and right. And you'll be like, oh, no, I had that. That was my character. I was so happy to have him. Oh my God, I built him. I've had him for so long and now he's gone forever. Like, it's a brutally difficult game. But it's great. It's a lot of fun once you kind of get the formula into your head of exactly what it is that you're doing, what you're supposed to be doing, and how the gameplay loop works. So, a lot of fun. Well, about 2 years ago, a company called Mythic Games decided they were going to put out a board game version of it. The board game version of it comes with just oodles upon oodles of miniatures. And those have been the miniatures that I've been painting for the most part on the live stream. There hasn't been a ton of them. And I don't do a lot of painting streams just because, you know, as kind of a variety streamer, they don't draw in a crowd. I think that if you make your channel about miniature gaming in general and you do some painting while you're doing that, I think that you can draw a crowd doing that.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I think that for like a variety streamer like me to try to do paint streams in the manner that I'm doing them right now, I keep them kind of sparse for a reason. Like I do them when I've got stuff that I need to get done, or I have a project that I'm particularly interested and passionate about. But for the most part, if you show up here, we're probably going to be playing some kind of video game, not painting miniatures. It's very rare that I do a miniature painting night. Usually it's on a Sunday. It's not usually on a Wednesday. Wednesdays I usually reserve for playing single player games. We do single player games Wednesdays. We do multiplayer games on Wednesdays and Fridays for the most part. Do you have a copy of Hunt Showdown?
Hunt Showdown? No, I don't.
Yeah, oh, you should definitely look into that. That's a great game. And we play that on the regular around here. On the regular, my friend, like every Friday night lately. Let's see, is that going to dry the way I want it to? God, I hope so. Hate to have to go over all of this gray again. With more gray.
There you are.
Where am I? Where'd I go?
You're fine. I tucked you away for a second. To look at something.
That's okay. That's all right. That's okay. You can tuck me away. That's okay. This isn't everybody's cup of tea. Killing a xenomorph. Where am I going to kill a xenomorph, Billy? Where is that guy?
I mean,
do I work for Wayland Yutani now? I mean, their benefits package isn't great. Sometimes you get face hugged by an android named Bishop. Or no, not Bishop. What was the original android's name? Played by Sir Ian Holmes in the original Alien film. He respected its purity. Anybody remember that movie? Did you watch that movie?
did I? No.
Yeah, the original Alien. You never saw it? It's a good movie.
Oh, actually, no, I haven't.
Okay.
I watched a lot of the older Alien, Predator, all that good jazz.
You haven't watched Predator? How do you
No,
know what happened between Arnold Schwarzenegger and the Predator?
The only thing that I know about it is that Arnold Schwarzenegger is in the movie.
Yeah.
If it bleeds, we can kill it.
Oh my fucking god, this shit again! DK. Yeah, absolutely, buddy. Absolutely. I do a paint stream once every like 3.5 months, bruv. Every 3.5 months. You're okay. You're alright, buddy. It's all gonna work out. You're gonna be like, oh, that looks great. We've been playing a lot of Hunt. A lot of Hunt. We played 2 times last week on stream. Played Friday night, had a fun time, but wasn't particularly effective. Played Sunday night, had my first 5-kill game. I'm just waiting to, or not waiting. I need some time to edit the VOD for that so I can put it up on the channel. But it was a good game. I was really happy with it. Like really happy with it. Like super happy with it. Just layers of paint, you guys. You guys, it's just layers of paint. Ain't no thing but some paint. Just happy little mecha. That's all we're painting.
That,
just a happy little mecha.
Bob Ross in there.
That's exactly right. There are no accidents. Or no mistakes. Just happy accidents. You're doing great. I do kind of want to see the new Owen Wilson movie, Carl Nargle. Or Paint, I think is what it's called. Where he plays Carl Nargle, a painter, in the realm, or in the vein of Bob Ross. Let's see. Cool. Just wanted to be sure you knew my feelings. No problem, buddy. I don't remember his name. I just remember him trying, trying to kill Ripley by shoving a porno mag down her throat. Yeah. Great scene. Yeah, I'm a bit annoyed today. What's wrong, man? What's going on? Talk to me. What's happening? Work shit? Life shit? Girl shit? Human shit?
Rat shit, bat shit.
Rat shit or bat shit? Did you watch, you ever watch the show The Strain?
No, but I feel like I've heard of it.
Yeah, it was a show on FX, a vampire show on FX. It's really kind of interesting. Wasn't very good, but it was interesting. Or maybe it was good, and I'm not interesting. I don't know.
That's debatable.
Maybe. Oh, a little spot back there. Fuck. Is that going to be too light a gray? That might be. I don't know. That's part of the problem with like mixing your own paint colors. So oftentimes you'll be like halfway through a model and you're like, shit, now that I'm looking at this in a different light, I painted with the wrong goddamn gray. DK, speak to me about your annoyance, my friend. Speak to me about it. That's way too thin. Shit. I think my paints are starting to dry out. Should still be... Should still be good. Let's test. Yeah, it's a little glazy. Straight up glazing, bruv. Straight up glazing. There we go. So on the 3rd, I ordered a Cyber Dragon deck from eBay for Yu-Gi-Oh! Okay, and it hasn't arrived 4 days ago. I messaged the seller because I haven't got the deck yet. Haven't got any updates on it. They said they'd look into it 4 days ago, and that's all they said. Oh, I hope you didn't get scammed, bruv. I hope you didn't get scammed.
Doesn't sound good.
Yeah, that sounds downright scandalous, bro.
How much exactly did you have to pay for it? That's my question.
I know. What was the cost?
That's understandable, wanting a refund for it.
So I contacted eBay, being like, I still want it, but if I don't get it, I want the refund. Yeah, of course you want the refund. I don't know. I've only had one instance with kind of an initial issue with an eBay seller. And it was no shit. I bought a ping pong robot from a guy. So it's basically just like this was back when I was like still trying to when I was in a weight loss phase, but didn't know how I was going to get my exercise. So I love ping pong. Ping pong's one of my favorite sports to play, and I think it's fascinating to watch it. So I found out that there's these machines that kind of act like treadmills for ping pong, where they'll cycle balls and keep flinging them at you, and they can move horizontally, vertically. They can put backspin or forward spin on the ball. They're really kind of cool robots. And I ordered a used one from an eBay seller, and it got to me, but the guy didn't pack it correctly, so a part of it was busted. And I threw it was replaceable, but and the part cost it was like $7 for the part, like $20 for the shipping though. So I contacted eBay. I was like, hey, I'm not satisfied with this. I can get the part myself, and that's fine, and I know how to fix it. That's okay. That's not that difficult. But I just want you to know, like, this seller is selling, product that isn't perfect. Let's just put. And I was expecting, a better quality product, even though I know it's used. So I gave the guy like 3 out of 5 stars. He sends me an email saying, hey, listen, I recognize that there's something broken. Is there like anything that I can do to fix the situation? Here's my story. I run a ping pong league for an old folks home. And I was like, well, fuck, now I feel like an absolute dick. Like, yes, you did ship me something busted. The kind of, I think the rating systems for eBay sellers, I think, are like semi-permanent. Like, the original commenter can take them back. And it was like, is there anything I can do? I was like, listen, I already bought the part, and I don't want to fuck you. So here's what I'm gonna do. If you will just donate to, and the charity that I was working with at the time was Wounded Warrior. It's like, listen, just donate the cost of the part and the shipping to Wounded Warrior, and I'll take it down, because I didn't want the money from him. I just wanted the gesture. So he donates, sends me a receipt for the donation, and so I felt pretty good about that. But yeah, I don't work with eBay very much after that, just because it was such a headache. So yeah,
right.
eBay said in a week after they investigate, I can have money back. Also, it was like $40. Not much, but I just price checked the deck on TCG, and it would cost me $35 after shipping from TCG. Fuck, that sucks. My child is dying and starving. Send me $500. Don't know why I called you Mike. Yeah, it was weird, buddy. I mean, my middle name is Michael. Did you know that? Are you psychic? Are you in my walls? DK, get out of the sump pump room. Get out of there. Come chill with me. Let's play some Magic. We can do that. I'd play Magic with you. I'd play Magic with you, Mr. DK. Mr. D/K. I got some pre-con decks. I got a couple of decks I made myself. I got a zombie deck. What you know about zombie decks, bruh? What you know about zombie decks? He's like, nothing. I don't care about your zombie deck. I'll kill you. I'd kill your zombie deck. And I'd be like, yeah, I know you would. Do you play Magic, Spartan?
My friends tried to get me into it in high school, but I never really caught on. I still actually have some cards somewhere close to my desk.
Yeah.
In my desk.
How far out of high school are you?
6 years.
6 years? Okay. That makes you 37. No. Just kidding, buddy. Just kidding. You're doing great. Did you figure out a game yet?
I'm flying around admin camp.
Oh, you are? Okay. Okay, buddy. Okay. Anything interesting happening in because you're on Soul server, right?
Yeah, I'm on his 50 plus server.
50 plus server?
Yes.
Like,
oh yeah, right.
For people that are 50 plus?
Level 50 and higher.
Oh, okay. I was
Sorry.
about to say, like,
yeah.
Is this like a?
I'm not.
Well, no. It's like one of those things. Like, wait. Is there like a 50 plus league? Like, could my dad play on that league? Like, what the hell? This is weird.
I mean, if he was level 50 and higher, then sure.
Gotcha.
But no, he's got a new player's welcome, and then
Okay.
the old locked comp server that we used to have for practices and whatnot. We
Yeah.
opened that up to a more experienced server, and it won't allow anyone in under level 50.
Interesting.
Currently, I'm looking at they're on Carrington right now, and I'm looking at the German artillery.
Yeah. Bunch of
And,
fucking cheating hoes.
No, they've got it surrounded with trucks and a Puma, trying to protect the artillery.
That's interesting.
Which is it's a comp strat, putting up vehicles and whatnot around.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't have much in the way of, like, you can't, like, you don't have, like, I mean, you could do the engineering stuff. Put up, like, barriers and shit.
Yeah.
You could do that.
I mean, he's legit almost got this entire, just one gun surrounded with trucks and a Puma.
Yeah. I love the idea of him like, could somebody bring the Puma around, please? That's funny. I don't know why I find that so funny, but it is. Just cleaning up some lines here. I am not, like, trying to paint on camera. Normally I have, like, the model up here in my face. Like, all the way up here in my face. Having to do this at about a foot's remove, it's actually, like, a little more difficult than I thought it was going to be. So, yeah. That's alright, though. That's okay. We're doing great. We're doing great, everybody. We're doing great together. I think. Real men play Pokemon, huh? Do they? I think real men play Pokemon Go. Hi-oh!
Right.
Because they get a walk-in.
What's the problem?
For me, nothing. My
Is that
buddy
not
DK.
mute?
My buddy DK telling me he doesn't want to play Magic.
Is
Said
that
he
not
wants-
mute?
Nope.
Ooh.
Who'd you talk to?
I'm trying to talk in game currently
Oh, okay.
because
You're okay. You're all
there
right.
was a problem.
I still
really
believe in you.
have mine set up.
We're still best friends, bro. I appreciate you coming by and chilling out. Like, the Discord is open. Anybody that wants to come in and say hey, or has a topic of conversation they want to come up with, or wants to talk about their life, their loved ones, family, sense of adventure, their convention schedule for the next year. Billy, you going to Warfare Weekend again? I hope so. I am. I think we're driving in this time, though. I think my wife wants to take a car. That way we don't have to rent one when we get there, so that she can have, like, stuff to do, because she's not a geek and I am a geek. She's like, oh, I don't want to, like, stay around the hotel the whole time. I want to go see St. Louis. And I'm like, why? And she's like, I just like traveling. God, can't I just travel? And I'm like, no. You stay at home with the children, woman. It's just funny because I'm the stay-at-home dad. Gotta lurk. Oh, okay, you're lurking. Cheers, man. Take care, buddy. I miss you. Love to play some hunt with you sometime.
I gotta be an admin.
Go do it, buddy. Put your thing down, all right?
I'm gonna have to.
Yeah, put it down. Put it down hard. Let them know you're a boss. A boss, says I. Spartan's being an admin. Creamy. Be better. Be better than I already am. I'll work on it.
I mean, it's possible.
It's possible. I could be better. I can be better. I could be a better man. Just for you, Jesse. Just for you, brother. Reminds me of a Pearl Jam song. Can't find no better man. Smooth and creamy, soft and silky, and always buttery rich. Oh, it's so buttery, it's like Paula Deen made it. Ah! What time is it? Oh, 10:16. Damn, we went late tonight, everybody. We went late tonight, and I am here for it. Here for it. Whatever it is, that's what I'm here for. Going late. Do you like a later stream on a Wednesday night? I know I do. Gotta get underneath here. Let's see. I'm not giving you guys a good viewing of what I'm doing. A viewing of what I'm doing. There we go. Oh, look at that. Ooh. Actually forgot my my spectacles for tonight's painting, and you can tell. Yes. Yes. Oh, get them missile bays. Get them missile bays. Paint them gray. Fuck. It really doesn't want to get the gray into the corner there, and I really needed to get down at the corner. Just as a reminder to everybody, if you're seeing this, it would be super helpful if you hop over to the YouTube and like the stream, like any of the videos that you've seen, any of them at all, any of them. I want to grow. We want to grow the community, everybody. To grow the community, we need to get eyes on, because God knows I'm not good at networking with this sumbitch. Tried getting onto a couple servers. I just feel awkward trying to pimp my channel, man. Like, I always feel awkward being on other people's servers and being like, hey, everybody, guess what I do?
I will be right back.
All right, buddy. You go be the best version of you while adminning. That's what I want. There we go. We're almost there. We're almost there. There we go. Look at that. Yes. Yes. A fair amount of viewers for a... What are you doing out there? What are you doing? I do like playing with my models like that. That's fun for me. It's fun for me. Gonna go to the Avalanche game tomorrow night. Looking forward to that. If you're not an Avalanche fan, I forgive you. Except that I don't. Because the Colorado Avalanche are a lot of fun to watch. Although, they're kind of losing lately. A little bit. Like, they had a couple of good games at the end of the season, but the Avalanche of this year are not the Avalanche of last year. And that's made for some frustrating hockey to watch at times. When you put all of your eggs into the superstar basket, and the superstar basket is only one line deep, makes it rough, man. Makes it rough. Makes all of it very rough. Get all this blue. Get all this beautiful, beautiful blue. Get it nice and even. Multiple coats. That's the problem with acrylics a lot of the time is you gotta throw like a million coats at this to get a nice, smooth paint job. And don't worry, it'll all even out. I know that you're all worried about it. I know that you're like, but Will, it's not even. And I'm like, listen, we're gonna get there. We're gonna get there together. Because we believe in ourselves, and we believe in each other. And we're so sober, you guys. So beautifully sober. It's funny, this is going to look really good once I get the oils on. It's a little rough right now, but once we get the oils on, we start doing edge highlighting. We get our highlights in. It's going to look good. It's going to look good. Of course, I don't think we're going to do that tonight. This might be a later project. Sorry about bumping the camera. I keep doing that, don't I? It's not on purpose, everybody. I don't like bumping the camera. And we just glaze that in right there. And then get that in between the lines. Oh, just panel-line it. Just panel-line it. Oh, no, shit. Gotta be careful with your glazes. They go everywhere. There we go. Got it. We're good. Well, itchy on my that thing right there. Hello.
All right.
Welcome
I'm
back, buddy. Welcome back, buddy. What did you have to do administratively?
There's a dude running a locked armor squad.
Oh. Like by himself or
Yeah. Solo
Oh.
locked armor squad.
dick? Straight up dick move, bro. Straight up dick move. Not a fan. Not a fan. Not a fan. I don't want it. Not in my Hell Let Loose server. Well, it's not my Hell Let Loose server. Not in my friend's Hell Let Loose server. You know what? I've only actually ever talked to Snipe like 2 or 3 times via text.
I've actually had the pleasure of running with him a couple times.
Mm-hmm. I think just like my timing was always off. Like, I would play on nights where he wasn't, or play in the evening when he wasn't able to. You know, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, nice guy, but never really got to play with him, so. Which is funny, because I've been a supporter of his for a while now. I mean, I've had a subscription to his server for... I can't even, like, tell you how long. It's been months. Like, months and months. Like, maybe 9 months?
Did you switch it? Because he did switch from the normal...
Yeah, I did.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you did switch it over to
Oh,
the
yeah,
Discord.
Yep. Well, like, I wanted the ability to always have a home server that, regardless of what was going on in my life, I could pop in, play a game, without having to, like, in a comfortable environment with people that I liked and knew, without having to, like, jump through too many onerous hoops, you know what I mean?
Right.
So yeah, I like immediately paid for access to his servers when he offered it. So however long ago that was. And it wasn't exactly expensive either. I think it was like $2-3 when he went live with that stuff. So it wasn't a lot.
I want to say it's 2.
Yeah, it's not much.
It started out being $2. I think when he switched, there was a bit of a different. There was Discord took a little bit, so he had to raise it up just a little.
Yeah. But even
The
then,
$3.
like I said, I think it was like $4. So not a lot.
Actually, I think it's just now $3.
Oh, is it? Okay. Well, then I want my money.
Could be wrong. Double check, actually.
I mean,
Yeah.
it
$3.
really is an amazing game. It's such a good game. I honest to God don't know why I lost my temporary taste for it. We're gonna do a little bit more white here, just a little bit, not a lot, because I want to do a little bit of. I think we're gonna do white inside of here. I think this is gonna get a treatment of white, and then this edge is gonna get whited. And we'll fill that with a shadow later with our oils when we finally do the oils. To do the oils though, we got to make sure that all of our paint here, all of our white paint, or all of our acrylic paint is all nicely dried up. All nicely dried. Acrylic paint becomes a polymer when it dries. And that polymer is basically immune to the solvent effects of white spirits, which are the primary method of thinning oil paints. And since what we're doing with the oil paints is basically a wash and then a blend, we are going to be using a lot of white spirits.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Is it? Yeah, no, it is. It is. So, unfortunately, it's 10:30, and 10:30 means we're a half an hour past where we would normally call it quits. So, yeah, yep. Thanks so much for joining me for some painting time. I love painting time. I don't do it nearly often enough because I also love video game time. We'll be back on Friday night playing some Hunt Showdown. Hopefully we can get Russ into a game. I would love to be able to play a game with Russ. I fucking love that guy. And I don't know. So how many streamers do you watch, Spartan?
You.
Me? Oh, I'm fucking.
How much do I watch?
Thank you
You're
so
not
much.
the only one that I really watch at the moment. I have tons of others that I follow that are, well, one's currently playing right now, but he's not playing a game that I followed him for. So.
Gotcha. I find that the nights that I have the most interaction with the chat, the nights that they're having the most fun are the nights where I'm getting trolled by my two friends Russ and Tiki, where they're fucking with me and fucking with each other and bickering and bantering, and like it all turns into just this hilarious milieu of absolute video game fuck-ups. That's what it turns into. It's just us being absolute idiots for almost the entire time.
Oh, yeah, of course. Those are the best times.
Yeah. So those are genuinely pretty amusing in my opinion, and I think that people get a lot of value, a lot of laughter value out of those nights. So hopefully we can get the two of them on for a game night sometime coming up. But yeah, dude, if you've got something that you'd like to play, if you're ever interested, just shoot me a text and DM and say, hey, on the Sunday or the Wednesday night show, I'd be more than happy to hop into a game with you, even if it's just playing Hell Let Loose. We have a couple of people in the community that have Hell Let Loose that would be willing to play it, and squatting up and making sure that I'm careful with the what do you call it, the map when I'm on stream isn't too difficult now. I've kind of got a system for it, so
there you go.
Won't get kicked off any servers for that kind of. I actually did early on. Almost get kicked off of an Easy Company server. They were like, hey, are you streaming? I was like, yes. And they were like, look, man, you can't be streaming on our server unless you've got like your map all covered up. And I was like, wait, that's a thing? You can cover up the map? And like I had to go take a look at exactly how to do that. And it was kind of interesting because the admin wasn't being like a hard ass about it, but you could tell that he was kind of like a little bit irritated that he had to make the announcement to me. But yeah, so kind of interesting. But yeah, all right, everybody, can't thank you enough. Seriously, Spartan, shoot me a DM if you're ever interested in playing something specific, and we'll try to set it up for like the week after. Okay?
Yeah, sure.
All right, guys. You guys all take care of yourselves. We'll be back on Friday night with some Hunt and some more. We'll have an actual honest-to-God sobriety conversation locked and loaded for Friday night. Just this early week has been really, really kind of hectic. Very, very hectic. We'll also have the latest episode of the podcast is out now. We'll have the VOD for the latest episode of the podcast out tomorrow, and I'm also looking to try to get that the footage from my best game of Hunt ever uploaded hopefully in the next couple of days. If you see it, if you have a chance, go over to YouTube, go help us out with a like or a comment or a share or something like that. Get the word out. The more people that we have eyes on the eyes on addicts, eyes on people in recovery that are presenting it in a positive light, the more help that we can hopefully get for people that need it. All right, so everybody take care of yourselves. I love you all. Warm cream ear guards. Good night, everybody.